Okay, I got a question for you guys watching live on Twitch. What's up, YouTube? What's poppin', baby? How you doing? Press 1 if you know about the Sykkuno situation. Press 2 if you don't know. Because I've been gone for the past week, and shit was going down. Oh, we got a lot of 2s. Oh my god, there's so many people here who are not chronically online. That's crazy. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you another question. Press 3 if you've heard of Sykkuno. Press 4 if you haven't. Because now that's the next question. Okay, so a majority of you have heard of him. And like, okay, there's like maybe like 2 dozen people, 3 dozen people who haven't heard of him. Okay? I just wanted to gauge all that before we get started. Hi, what's poppin', YouTube? Welcome in. We are here checking out the newest Mujin video about Sykkuno. What's up, guys? It's Sykkuno here. I'm trying to do the voice. I tried to do the voice so bad. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Original videos, link in the description down below. Always support the original, support the homie Mujin. And also, while you're here, support me too, shoddy. But hit that like button, subscribe button, leave a comment down below to feed the algorithm quads. And let's get into it. Code word for today, so no, you did not skip this intro, is gamer. Oh, XP. No, the code word for today is XP. XP. Yeah. All right, let's get it. I'm so excited for Mujin covering this. You have no idea. Okay. So to give you a little bit of context about like why I'm so excited for this, I was away for the past week and shit went down. Okay, one of the largest streamers, a guy who averaged between like 80,000, 100,000 viewers live during the Among Us days, low-key getting canceled and called out. Yeah. And it's like... And, bro, the messages is some cringe shit. Not canceled yet. He's not canceled yet. Because, listen to me. I'm going to say it flat out. I'm calling it corner pocket, okay? I'm going to call it corner pocket. He's not going to get canceled. Do you know why? Because Valkyrie already made her statement where she goes, yeah, I said I was disappointed in someone's tweet and I talked to him and I regret saying that. Because now people are going after him. And I was like, oh, y'all don't plan to drop him. Y'all are keeping him. Y'all are going to keep supporting his career. Yep. So he's not getting canceled. Yeah, if Foosley didn't get canceled, he's not getting canceled. Because like Foosley, like, I think homewrecked another relationship. She literally fucked a married guy. And then she got to keep her career in her friend group. So I don't think they care. I think they're going to be all chill with him still, right? So he's not going to get canceled because it only takes the big streamers dropping you for you to be truly canceled. And they're not going to drop him. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, private versus work relationship. Nah, I don't believe in that either. I know I'm going to a big tangent before we start this. Atrioc watched AI porn of his friends, dog, and beat his shit to it. He paid for AI porn of his friends. And even he got to keep his career and got to like keep making, he still makes videos and still streams and collabs with friends. So it's like, dog, people don't get canceled these days, man. I don't know, dog. Like, I don't know, dog. Like, ooh. Yeah, Ludwig's girlfriend. Yeah, okay, but don't think of it as... So for the Atrioc situation, I'm going to get Ozzy to put a bunch of pictures on the screen while I talk about this. The Atrioc situation, Cutie Cinderella made his wedding cake. This wasn't like he did it to Ludwig's girlfriend. She was friends with him. She used to play League with this guy. So it's not like, I did it to your girlfriend. It's like, no, I did it to my friend. Like, that's so fucking weird. Like, it's like extra layer of like creepy. Which kind of sucked because I was a fan of Atrioc. And I was like, oh my god, a guy who does like marketing videos. You know, Marketing Monday, sometimes Tuesday. And then also like he would do like Super Monkey Ball speedrun stuff, right? And I was like, yeah, Super Monkey Ball and Hitman. But I couldn't watch him after that. The ick was too strong. Ooh, the ick was too strong. Yep. So if you have famous friends, you truly can't be canceled because they can just be like, keep collabing with me. Everyone will ignore it, you know? Anyway, so that's what going to happen to Sykkuno. That's my call. I think he's going to just dip out for a little while, come back, and get some backlash, or he's going to keep going like nothing happened, and people are going to keep collabing with him. Either way.
Friend of 4 years has recently become obsessed with a male streamer, and I feel really uncomfortable about it. This was a post made on the subreddit r/relationship advice around the end of 2020. What was particularly shocking here is that barely just a few days after making that initial post, he'd end up breaking up with his girlfriend. Her obsession with that streamer was that irrational. And during that time, she wasn't the only one who might have felt this way. That's because the male streamer in question here was none other than Sykkuno, a name and face that had become a core memory of the COVID-19 pandemic, more specifically when everyone was locked up in their homes. In the span of less than a year, he would go from having 1,000 average viewers on Twitch to 50,000, even having...
During Among Us, dude, this guy had such a crazy viewership during COVID, man. This guy had crazy viewership.
In a stream where he peaked at over 100,000 concurrent viewers. What he'd be most known for was his gameplay of Among Us with his friends, who happened to be very big content creators as well. Not only would he get tens of thousands of concurrent viewers on Twitch, but he would get millions upon millions of views on his YouTube channel as well. And while his rise to fame is definitely incredibly impressive, what was truly unparalleled here is his extremely high ratio of female viewers, confirmed to having been higher than any of his other content creator friends. His handsome look, his anime sounding voice, and his witty jokes made women go rabid. In fact, it was also a joke that he would turn male fans gay. But what made him really desirable is just how socially awkward he was.
And the thing about his like socially awkward like persona thing going on is he did it constantly. Like, there was not a moment he would go mask off. It was so consistent, it's like believable that's his personality, right? Like, there was a high level of consistency to it. And that's what's crazy. And like, his voice is literally like an anime protagonist. He sounds like an anime character for sure. Personally, if you're a dude in your 30s, some of the shit he would say was kind of cringe to me personally. But again, everyone has their different preferences. Me, I'm fucking cringe, right? I'm cringe to a lot of people. And I think we all have our different flavors of what we prefer and don't prefer in content creators, right? For me, I'll be like, head ass, you stupid bitch. I'll say all kind of stuff like that. And people are like, oh, that's so crass. That's so cringe, Alicia. Why you gotta say all them cuss words, right? And that's fine too. We all have different preferences, right? So there's going to be like, though his demographic was like predominantly female, even if I found it cringe, doesn't mean that a lot of them didn't find it cringe. They might have been infatuated with a personality like that. Because at the end of the day, a quirky, quiet gamer boy is what a lot of women want. And people don't realize that. They want safety, right? You're very cringe. Okay, you bar. Relax, bitch. Okay. You've been too dedicated to this community. Okay. So I know you right, but damn.
He was innocent in an endearing way. He was a boy failure that needed a woman to fix him. In a nutshell, he was this picture, almost allergic to other women. He just couldn't handle anything romantic. He would get too flustered. This made many of his fans want to be the one to finally fix him. But make no mistake here, this was all a perfectly crafted image that he had made for himself. He wanted you to think that he was innocent, naive, a boy failure. Someone who's inexperienced in relationships and would never hurt a fly. Because in reality, behind this mirage, this illusion, there was a master manipulator, a serial cheater, and a predator. Someone who would make it a point for
so I want to address the term predator really quickly, because that's what I've been seeing people debate on Twitter. Okay? Predatory behavior doesn't have to be just the worst form, aka pedophiles, right? Predatory behavior can be using your position of power over other people, right? Like, for example, there was a content creator I used to hang out with, and what he used to say to me was, oh, I just want you to know I'm really good at fucking black women. I know exactly what their body likes and needs, and I can do that. And I was so uncomfortable, I didn't know how to tell him to fuck off So what I used to say was, oh, that's nice for you. And I didn't know what else to say to that. What else do you say to that? Like, you kind of, oh, that's good for you. And I was like, all right, anyways. And then it took me like maybe a few months later when another person mentioned that, like, oh, he asked me for a threesome. And I went, was he trying to fuck me? I didn't think so. I was like, I thought we were just friends. I thought he was just didn't have social cues. And then I looked back and I was like, oh, you were definitely flirting. I just didn't pick up on it because I'm so heavily in a relationship and I constantly talk about my man that the concept of someone flirting with me is like so foreign, right? Because for me, is like my brain goes like, why would you flirt with me if you know how much I'm into my man? That's so strange. Like, what do I do with that? Okay, well, all right. So it's like, yeah, don't start guessing or anything. Just know the people I hang out with now are good people. And if they aren't, I'm going to fucking cry. But I'm not around that person anymore. But it's fucking weird, man. It was fucking weird. So, but mind you, I felt uncomfortable because like, and I now that I'm more like boisterous and I'm more aware of this environment, because I wasn't really aware of what like the content creator sphere was, anyways, it's just whatever. It's whatever. My situation wasn't that bad, to be honest with you, because I didn't fucking realize it was happening. I didn't realize he was doing that. I was more like, oh, that's a weird thing to say to me. That's kind of awkward. Anyways, like, you know what I mean? So we'll move on from that. But when it comes to stuff like this, right, where you're somebody who's in a position of power like Sykkuno, who has a very large following, and you intentionally go after smaller streamers with 10 to 20 viewers, dog, that is predatory. You know they're major fans of you, and they are like fangirling and freaking out at the idea of possibly getting to flirt with you, right? That's weird. That's weird behavior. It's the same level of if one of y'all went to Sabrina Carpenter and she was like, oh, I would love to move in with you and start a life with you on the first day of meeting you. Okay, never mind. Zendaya. Y'all know who Zendaya is. So, right? Or Will Smith. I don't fuck it. Anybody, any celebrity, right? So it's like, and saying day one, oh, I would love to get a cat with you and move in together. You would be starstruck. You'd be like, holy shit, you're picking me. Right? Oh my God, you're somebody who doesn't flirt with women. You're someone who doesn't like date. You're someone who's super single. You would feel like you are the best. You would feel so love bombed and so special that it is predatory, right? You guys can understand that why that term's used, right? Because it's making false promises. It's doing everything under false pretenses. You'd be paranoid. Fair enough. I think some people, though, and even myself included, especially in my early 20s or late teens, I would fall for that shit in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Because I just really wanted to be loved. Okay, girl. And I feeling like, oh my God, I've been chosen by someone I idolize. Girl. I mean, I kind of was in a relationship like that with a Tekken player. And he was 32 when I was 20. And I dated him. And I was just a huge fangirl of him. And then he hit me up because I'm hot. And then I dated him. Age gap? Yeah. So like, and I look back at that and I'm like, fuck. Thank God I did not stay in that. Right? But I wouldn't call him a predator in my situation because I didn't feel preyed upon. I think it really matters how the victim feels. And me personally, didn't feel like that. Even when I look back on it, I don't feel like I was. I feel like I got out early enough because he came too quick when I gave him head. And he was really insecure about that because he's a gym buff. So we're all good. Anyway, which is weird to me still to this day, was... only my friends know this story. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. It's because I went on vacation for a week. I came back now, and now I'm just saying everything. So what happened is we were in Vegas, and we were hooking up, and I was so exhausted from flying, I didn't want to have sex with him, right? Because I was like, I'm too tired from flying. I don't want to do anything. But he was really down bad because it's like we were long distance at the time. And I was like, I guess we'll get you off. That's fine. But he came way too quick, right? But that's fine. That just makes me feel like I'm hot shit. That makes me feel like I'm on my hot girl business. I don't feel bad when that happens. I'm like, oh, damn. I put in that work. I'm getting good dividends, right? Like, right? So I was like, oh, cool. Recharge will go again. I can go round 2 on you. That's no problem, right? And he was a massive gym buff and a personal trainer. So that happening to him was so fucking embarrassing. He like got mad. It didn't talk to me for a day. We broke up soon after, like maybe like 2 days after that we broke up. It was weird as fuck. It was weird as fuck. That's why when it comes to age gaps, I get super fucking weird about them because I've experienced that kind of age gap in that dynamic where I'm like, oh, date women your own age, and he's still single as fuck, and now he's like in his 40s, and there's a reason for that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ooh, ooh, brother, ooh. Anyways,
years to target.
And he's balding now, so okay, I'm good.
Its smaller content creators take full advantage of the fact that he was one of the most desirable men in the streaming world, all while making it seem like he had no experience with women and that—
I'm so sorry. Just Moth in chat goes, sounds like his temper wasn't the only short fuse. I mean, there was also a time he made me pull out of a tournament because he got mad at me when I was doing well. So that was also a thing that happened before. So like him and I like really... Again, I was 20. No, I turned 21 at that point. I was 21 at that point. And I remember I cried. It was terrible. Like, yeah. I mean, I can tell you that story. So there was Wednesday night fights was a huge thing in California. And they were bringing it to EVO 2018 to I forget which hotel it was. I think it's the Luxor. It has like a esports arena. And they were holding this tournament. And Wednesday night fights is something I've always wanted to go to. Never been before. Super fucking excited, right? So I was like, oh shit. I'm giving you guys so much extra tea today, bitches. Oh my god. Look at us go. Okay. So this is gonna be so much longer than it needs to be. So I signed up for the tournament, but it starts like 2 hours late. He's meeting up with some of his friends. I'm meeting with some of my friends now, right? And when we're all like, and then we decide to all meet up at this tournament. So we meet up and he shows me to all of his friends and stuff. And back then, I wasn't fully known in the scene because I was really shy, which might seem weird to you. But back then, in my early 20s, I was really shy. I'm 29 now. I'm no longer shy, right? There's actually one friend of mine who sometimes joins the stream and chat. His name's Ninja Dogs. And I used to physically hide behind him at tournaments because he's like this really big military guy. And he would make people like back the fuck off of me because I was so anxious. Like, that's the kind of person I was back then. But when he introduced me to everybody, he would introduce me as like his girlfriend, not Ninja Dogs. He was always just a friend to me. He wasn't romantic. I'm talking about the guy, my ex. My ex would introduce me to all of his friends and to anyone professional as, oh, this is my girlfriend. She's here to support me. And I was like, I'm here to play in the tournament. I'm a person. I'm not just your girlfriend. This is really awkward. And then we went in and the tournament started. It started again 2 hours late. And I win my first game. I lose my second one. And I have to make a loser's bracket run, which is going to be long as shit. The night's already late, but I'm invested. It's my first time going to Wednesday night fights. I've always wanted to go, right? So here we go. How long's loser's bracket? Imagine it being, it's going to be, you have to play twice the amount of games to make it further, right? Because it's double elimination tournament. And it was his turn to play one of his rounds, right? I'm further into the tournament now, doing really well. And I think at this point I was maybe top 32, top 24-ish, around there. And he the bracket runner's calling his name. And then they go to me, they go, Alicia, where's your guy? What's happening? And I was like, I don't know, let me go find him. He might be just at the bar inside like the hotel. Let me go check. So I run over. I see him there and I'm like, hey, honey, what's up? We gotta go. It's like your turn to play. And he goes, I'm fucking done with tonight. I was like, what? He goes, I don't want to keep doing this. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, you want to leave? I'm going to keep playing though. It's Wednesday Night Fights. I'm really excited for this. I really want to stay. And he's like, well, I'm not. So I'm going to go. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to stay and keep playing. And he goes, no, you're not. And I was like, okay, no, I'm not. And I went back inside and I DQ'd myself and him. And then I went back outside because I didn't want him to be mad at me. And he goes, all right, yeah, we're going to head off and go blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait, some of my friends just landed. They texted me. It's like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. They just texted me, right? And I really want to go see them. They're going to meet me at the bar in the Mandalay Bay, or like one of the bars near the Mandalay Bay, right? Which is another hotel. And he goes, we're not doing that. We're done for the night. And I'm like, okay, well, all right. No, I want to see them. I'm really excited. A lot of these friends, by the way, online friends I've never gotten to meet before. They flew across the country. We all flew across the country. We're so excited to finally meet in person. And that's when I finally put my foot down. And that's how we ended up breaking up. I went, I'm not going with you. I was like, I'm going to go see my friends. And if you don't want to, I initially said, let's have one drink with them. One drink and then we'll go. One drink and then we'll go. Right? And then he goes, I know you. If it's one drink, you're going to end up talking the whole night away with them and we're never going to leave. And I was like, okay, 10-minute limit. As soon as it hits 10 minutes, you put your alarm on and we can dip out. And he goes, I'm not having this conversation any further. And I go, okay. So, and that's when I went, I'm going to go do it anyways. And that's that, right? And I said it like a pretty happy tone. So he starts to walk away. He goes, and he's just like, walk away. He puts his back to me. He starts walking away. And I usually chase after him when he's mad at me. Which, in that moment, I got some fucking self-respect. And I went, I'm not going to physically chase after this man-child who won't even say hi to my friends. No. And he looked back at me, saw me not move, waited for a second because he didn't understand what just happened. And then he kept walking. And I was like, all right. And then I went to go see my friends. I had a great time meeting up with my friends. Oh my God, they were so great. Some of them looked like nothing I thought they would look like in person, but it was really fun. So yeah. And about 2 days later or 1 day later, I ended up smoking weed with Avoiding the Puddle, who was a wonderful guy. If something bad came out about him, my bad, but I smoked some weed with that guy and he was great. So, yay, Vegas! Anyway.
It just might be romantic. They just might be that special someone who can fix him. What he would somehow forget to tell them, though, is that he had been in a monogamous relationship since 2021. But you don't have to take my word for it, because he admits to everything in a recorded voice call with the victim herself. And on top of that...
Okay, so as a heads up, the only thing I know about this video is I listened to this voice call. Okay, I was hanging out with my sister. She said, ooh, a Google Doc just dropped. And I said, oh shit, yeah. Like, one of my friends just sent me a link to it. Let me take a look. Oh my God. And we listened to the video. So we listened to the voice call. So I will admit that I have pre-listened to the voice call. Everything else in the video, no.
That same victim, who goes by the name of Hemamal VT, would choose to write a Google Doc that shows the entire timeline, her and Sykkuno's DMs together, as well as the DMs of another victim that actually slept with Sykkuno while being totally oblivious to the fact that he has been in a relationship since 2021.
Okay, so TLDR, right? In case, because we got super sidetracked. So in case you want to get back on board with the story, I got you, okay? Recap. Sykkuno has been in a relationship since 2021. And he was out here messaging like 18 to 20-year-olds who are low view streamers trying to fuck. And now a Google Doc dropped about him in a voice recording. All right, let's go.
This might be one of the most impactful and longest running lies in content creation history. I want to thank the two victims in question for trusting me with this very heavy topic and for allowing me to make the first comprehensive video on it. So without further ado, let's get right into this mess.
Girl,
Right,
this
so
video
first
already
off,
long as
Who
shit.
the hell is Sykkuno? Well, before starting his streaming career, he actually used to be a software engineer working in the Bay Area of California. His monotonous office life would change forever though when he would meet Lily Pichu, a well-known content creator who actually started making content as far back as 2012. However, when they met, she was far from being the very well-known content creator that we know today. It was back during the Season 3 World Championship for League of Legends during the year of 2013, so barely a year into her content creator journey. Sykkuno would be aware of her content. He'd reach out
I
to
used
her
to
and
watch
would want
Lily
to meet her,
Pichu
seeing that they
and,
both went to the same place. Lily Pichu agreed, thinking,
Oh my
I'm
God.
about to meet a fan.
Donkey. I used to watch Lily Pichu and Donkey for their League videos back in the day. That's what I used to watch a lot of. Like, wait, that was like over a decade ago, but yeah.
And that's awesome. She'd be absolutely shocked when that fan would show up with a massive bouquet of flowers. As she was about to thank him, he would run away back to his cousins. According to him, these were his only friends at the time. He was that
Oh, that's... You handed flowers to her, then ran away. Oh, okay. Yep.
lonely. He was simply too embarrassed to interact with her further. This interaction left a good impression on Lily Pichu, and they kept in touch for...
That left a good impression? I would feel mad uncomfortable. If you... Listen, I've had a lot of fans back in the day meet me in person and be really shy, right? Where they'd like walk up to me and like they'd literally be sweating, being like, can I get a photo with you? Or they'd walk up and be like, hi, and then say nothing. And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? What do you mean? Which character do you play? What's up? Right? And they're like, and I'm like, want to take a photo? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, cool. And we took a photo together. I'm like, nice meeting you. That I understand. If you hand me something and run away, I will think you are like putting poison on my skin. I will be terrified if you hand me something and run. Do not do that to me. At least say hi. I don't trust you. I don't know, man. I'm gonna think there's anthrax. That's exactly what I was thinking. There's gonna be some shit in that. Why did you run? Don't run. Okay? Walk. No, but it's okay. If you're awkward or... I mean, I've had people... I had this one guy and his friend who followed me around a venue for like maybe 5 minutes, which is a really long time to follow someone around. 5 minutes doesn't seem like a long time, but it really is. And he followed me for around 5 minutes, and that's when I called up Zach. I called him and I was... Sorry, Ninja Dogs. His name is public, it's fine. But I called him Ninja Dogs. I was like, hey man, where are you? And he goes, oh yeah, meet up with me, blah, blah, blah. So I met up with him. I go, there's 2 people following me. I don't know what to do. And he goes, all right, let's go find out. He walks up to them and goes, hey, so you guys following Alicia or what? And they're like, we didn't know how to say hi. We didn't know if it'd be weird. And he goes, it's weird to follow her, so how about you just say hi, man? I'm like, okay. And then I met them. And then I took a picture with them. And I was like, yeah, nice to meet you guys. So like, yeah. So some people are, you know, if I just photo edited that, like, I have no idea. So yeah, weird fan interactions totally happens. I'll never judge you for being weird in a fan interaction. I'll like laugh about it with you, but I know that social interaction, especially post-COVID, is really hard. Imagine you all this stuff was pre-COVID, but I get it. Just don't hand me something and run. I will be terrified and I will throw it. So that's all. Just making sure you're aware of that part.
Years to come. In fact, as she would start her streaming journey, she'd play with her friends, and one of those friends would be Sykkuno. Her viewers would start to express interest in him, especially seeing that his voice sounded like an
Bomb has
anime
been
character.
planted.
There was genuine demand in her community to know what he looked like. What they didn't know, though, was that Lily Pichu had already shown him.
He's got a 5 head. That hair was hiding a 5 head. That's why he styles it so hard. Oh, shit. Now, I'm a strong believer. The only time you can shit on someone's looks is if they're shitty on the inside. That's why I make fun of so many Karens and their appearances on my Karens versus Cops series, okay? That forehead go all the way back. Are we sure he's not balding? How big is that forehead? That shit crazy. That shit crazy. His forehead bigger than my future. Oh, my bulgogi is here. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab my food. The notification was that it's 3 minutes away. I lied. I'm still here. Anyway, big forehead.
He was there with her when she went to Summoners Con 2015, and he was right there with her in her vlog. But most of her community were simply not aware of this. So seeing that there was growing demand to see what he looked like, they decided to do a face reveal live on Lily Pichu's stream around the year of 2019.
Yeah. You're such a... Oh, okay, here we go.
Okay, but he did, like, see how he styled his hair here? Enough to hide some. So that's not as bad, right? Yeah.
Wait, you're actually so much braver than I thought.
Only because you're here.
I'm sorry. I know I'm cringe, therefore I am free. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. No. It's cool. Again, everybody, you know, has their own preferences. Everybody, like, you know, again, I will never judge you for what you prefer, right? Everybody fucks funny to somebody. That's fine. That just icked me. That's all. That's my ick. Okay. And I will not yuck your yum if you're into that kind of, that gave me something visceral. I did not. He sounds like the one Deku meme. He does sound like the Deku meme. I think that's why.
Alright, I'm ending stream.
And as you can see, the chat was definitely not disappointed. In fact, Lily Pichu had such an impact on Sykkuno that she would be, well, the main reason why he would start streaming. And you can hear him say that himself.
So what
I don't think his voice bothers me. I think his cadence, the way he talks, bothers me. Does that make sense? Because Lily's voice, for example, is super anime, but it never bothered me because she talks like a person, right? So I love Lily, right? And you know, I have like my friend Sumi, who has like the most high-pitched anime girl voice ever, right? Doesn't bother me a single second. I find it super adorable, but it's because she talks like a person, right? So it's like the persona thing always kind of like icks me a bit. But that's also like, people like different things. And if you're somebody who likes, like, if you're somebody who likes the persona thing, that's cool too, right? Only because you're here.
Convince you to start streaming.
Lily, actually.
And speaking of streaming, he would start doing so shortly after revealing his face on Lily Pichu's stream. He'd start in the beginning of 2019 with barely under 100 viewers, but as the months would go by, he would start to get very rapid growth. He would really start putting in serious hours by August 2019, and within just 1 year, by August 2020, he'd be sitting at 8,000 average viewers.
God damn. God damn.
But how? Why? Well, during his streams, he would continue playing with Lily Pichu, and seeing that Lily Pichu has a lot of big content creators that she calls friends, she would introduce them to Sykkuno. It turned out that this guy was very easy to talk to. He was witty, he made jokes, and the communities of the many streamers actually enjoyed his company. All of these factors combined would be the perfect catalyst for when the quarantine season of COVID-19 would arrive. He would start to play the game Among Us with some of the biggest content creators on the planet. And
I used to watch Disguised Toast Among Us videos all the time. I'll say that straight up. And I liked Sykkuno in those videos. I thought he added like a fun little chaotic plot twist to each of those videos, right? One of my friends actually edits for Disguised Toast, and I have one friend who edits for Pokemon as well, but I won't name drop because I'm a little too, I say too much offensive shit towards people. I'd be judging this friend group a little too much, and they are employed by them, so I'd rather not name drop. But yes. But yeah.
Within just 4 months, he would go from 8,000 average viewers all the way up to 50,000 average viewers, peaking at 100,000 viewers in one stream. He was gaining 500,000 followers every single month. In just the span of like a year and a half, he had gone from being a mid-tier streamer to one of the biggest on the entire platform. It wasn't just Twitch though. He would be getting millions upon millions of views on his YouTube videos as well. He was killing it on every single platform he was on. on. And so by 2022, when YouTube was aggressively recruiting Twitch streamers to stream on their platforms instead, offering them multi-million-dollar deals, they targeted Sykkuno, seeing that he's extremely brand friendly, has a very loyal audience, and had become a household name in such a short time. So on May 2nd, 2022, he would announce to the world that he was moving to YouTube on a 2-year exclusive contract. And as you can tell by the engagement, this post went viral. What I really want you to understand though is just how valuable he was seen by companies and platforms. Back when YouTube was aggressively...
Sorry, 1 second. All right, I paused the recording because I just got my soju and my milkies, and I got Korean food, so I'm gonna be drinking while we do this. I'm gonna take a shot every time he says an anime line. If you think it could be said in an anime romance or drama, I'm taking a shot. Thoughts? Thoughts? All right.
Recruiting talents that were on Twitch and their confidence and hubris, seeing that they completely dominated the streaming scene at the time, would never bother offering a counteroffer. On the very rare occasion that they did, it was a very big deal, and guess what? They made an exception to Sykkuno. They gave him a counteroffer higher than YouTube. Sykkuno would go back to YouTube and show them Twitch's new offer, and YouTube would offer to pay even more. His
God, the amount of millions people made. Ugh. Fuck.
Contract alone is estimated to be around $5 million. Sykkuno, though, also had interests in other communities, such as VTubers. In 2023, for an April Fool's joke, he would debut his first VTuber model.
Okay, to be fair, though, his VTuber model, fire. That VTuber model, fire. Such a good model. Such a good model. Incredible.
Extending his reach to a new niche community. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because at some
it's
point
great.
he was invited to a call with the Senator Bernie Sanders alongside Valkyrae and Pokimane. And instead of showing his face, he chose to be a VTuber. This was so ridiculous, and it was...
I just... I'm sorry. So Ray's wearing a button-up. Austin shows wearing a blazer. Well, someone doesn't match here. Again, kind of fire. Again, kind of fire. Kind of sick to go as a VTuber in that. Hell yeah.
But so viral that he inadvertently kind of became a spokesperson for VTubing in one stream. I mean, God, everyone wanted a piece of that guy. You would see him
Oh, I love Anthony.
everywhere, collabing with everyone. And this was partly due to his very loyal and almost rabid fan base. But it was, of course, all by design. You see, back in 2023, Pokimane would make the very interesting revelation that Sykkuno had the highest female demographic fan base compared to any other streamer, her included. She would compare his level of fame and the way his fans acted towards him to K-pop idols. He simply wasn't seen like the run-of-the-mill Twitch streamer. No, there was definitely...
Also, I'm gonna shout out, I got like 35-40% female demographic watching me. And shit, girl, welcome in. What's poppin'?
more to this. And one of the main reasons why this worked out so well is because he was seen as a boy failure. No, not the kind of guy who's unemployed and lives in a dump and smells like shit. I'm talking about the ideal boy failure. The guy who's handsome, smells nice, doesn't live in a dump, but is instead just a hopeless romantic. Someone who turns all red when you want to initiate physical contact. The most innocent, naive soul imaginable.
Oh. So Deku.
The appeal of a boy failure isn't necessarily that he's a failure. It's the fact that he's perfect, but just needs one person to fix it.
I'm sorry. Someone pointed out the funniest part about this image, and it just labels the wrist as wrists. Why? It's just a label saying wrists. Why does it? On other parts, like cheap haircut, free T-shirt from Comic-Con. Why is wrists labeled? The fuck? He must have wrists. Oh, he wrists? Oh shit.
And and that's how a significant chunk of his fan base felt. If you've watched my channel before, then it's not too different from a girl failure that has a male audience that wants to fix her. It's the same parasocial mess. This can be very easily seen in some of the most viral fan-made videos of Sykkuno, like this one for example, setting at over 3 million views. Sykkuno tells his trauma about girls. Sykkuno trusts his friend, Disguised Toast, more than the girls. So this guy had barely any romantic experience, and yet still, he had his heart broken. He needs a woman that will fix him and tell him it'll be okay, and maybe she'll be one of his fans. If only he knew how handsome and amazingly desirable he was though, because he's another fan-made video. Everyone's simping for Sykkuno because who doesn't? I mean, God, if only he wasn't a boy failure and understood how smooth he was with women, but he's too naive. Because guess what? This video sitting at over 4 million views is titled Sykkuno being smooth with girls for 14 minutes. Yeah.
Holy shit. I know this is going to sound weird. I genuinely feel bad for his fan base, though. Like, they really idolized and looked up to him and thought of him as like their online boyfriend. I know it's super parasocial, but they got intentionally farmed, right? And those people are... I feel so bad for the girly pops going through that. You know? That sucks. And it's like, I'll make fun of the guy, but I won't make fun of those fans who are like, who are fucking hurting from this? And a lot of them are probably in major denial, right? Because again, for years they've been supporting him. So it's like, oh, that just fucking sucks to be them. Because I'm sure the denial hurts too. You have more empathetic than me, honestly. Girl, my empathy depends on the day, okay? Sometimes I'm in a good mood where I'm empathetic. Sometimes I'm in a shitty mood where I have no empathy. It really depends on the day. I just really be swinging on that shit. Yep.
I think you get the point by now, right? This image of him that was so carefully crafted would attract a very large female audience. It would also allow him to be one of the only male streamers to constantly be able to hang out with a majoritarily female friend group without him or them getting in trouble with their fan bases due to jealousy. The guy was innocent, allergic to love, and he wouldn't hurt a single fly. This allowed him to do things that other male content creators could never do.
Anyone here like used to be a Sykkuno fan or still is one? I will not judge you. No one in chat judge them. I'm just wondering. Like, I'm just curious. I probably don't have much crossover. Like, I used to watch him back during COVID because I watched a lot of Disguised Toast. I liked him for when he was in Among Us stuff. So, like, there's no way I can judge you if I also saw him collabing a lot and would watch those collabs. During the Among Us day, yeah. I just like Toast. Yeah, I like Toast a lot, which is kind of what happened. Toast and Corpse, yeah. During the Among Us days? I feel like a lot of us watched that stuff during the Among Us days. Yeah. Never heard of him before. That's fair enough, too. Yeah. He's also there for me. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think he ever took away from content. I think he added chaos to a lot of those collabs and stuff, which was kind of fun. But I never watched him on my own time. But, yeah.
Like, dude, this is him sniffing the armpit of
Jesus
Fuzi at
Christ!
some point during a podcast when they were talking
I
about
hit
body
play!
image.
What the
This
fuck
is how
just
much he was
happened?
trusted around women. And even though his audience was very obsessed over him, they saw him as so awkward, so incapable of understanding what love or social cues mean that this was fine. They didn't mind because they were going to be the ones to fix him anyway. So it comes as no surprise that yes, some relationships literally ended over the girl's obsession over him. Hell, I wouldn't be
Jesus
surprised if some gay
Christ!
relationships ended because of the same reason too. He was just that much of a sensation, and that crafted image he built around himself was just so believable and convincing. And so he'd keep on doing what he's always done, and after his 2-year contract with YouTube would finally end during May 2024, he would make his grand comeback to Twitch, peaking at over 26,000 viewers. However,
Jeez,
his
man.
viewer count would slowly
God
begin
damn.
to drift. And by April 2026, he'd be sitting at 1,665 average viewers, a far cry from the peak of the pandemic back at 50,000.
Bro's hovering around my numbers on good days. Bro's hovering around my numbers. The fuck happened to you, man? The fuck happened to him? What happened? What happened? What's going on here? Huh?
He'd also stopped collabing with larger content creators as much as he used to, mostly sticking to himself. But hell, I mean, 1,600 average viewers is still very easy to make a living off of.
Oh, yes. Definitely can make a living off numbers like that consistently. 100%. Especially with his old videos still generating a lot of views. A lot of people will go back to watch those nostalgic Among Us videos, and those still rake in probably thousands of dollars from a month minimum. Like, backlog views add up.
Made his millions of dollars, had this incredibly obsessive fan base. As far as content creator careers go, this really wasn't so bad. The guy was a multimillionaire. What people weren't aware of, though, is that for many years since becoming a viral sensation, he would use his status as Sykkuno, as the most desirable streamer imaginable, as this K-pop idol, to pursue relationships with smaller or up-and-coming content creators, whether they be cosplayers or VTubers, manipulating them into thinking that they were special, all in the hopes of
I feel like this is where I'm going to start drinking. I'm supposed to drink anytime he says an anime line.
hooking up with them, and while being in a monogamous relationship.
Love your reactions.
This
Thanks, homie.
is the real Sykkuno. And now we finally have proof. Hemamal VT, who I'll refer to as Mal from now on, is someone who has been making content for the last year. She occasionally streams from time to time, but also tends to post cosplays on her Twitter profile, some of them being revealing. Those revealing cosplays would catch Sykkuno's attention, and he'd follow her on Valentine's Day of 2026. Within barely a few days, he would start talking about how they should move in together into the same house, all while having a girlfriend. When Mal would find
Yeah, she's 20. Yeah. Yeah.
out about the girlfriend, she would decide to write a Google document. The Google document would contain Mal's side of the story as well as Elfie Leah's side of the story. Another VTuber who, of course, also posts cosplays from time to time, which is why Sykkuno was interested in her to begin with. She also had no idea that Sykkuno had a girlfriend.
He hitting up the cosplay girlies. He's like, oh, they got bodies on them. That's great. How old is Sykkuno? 34. Okay, don't say almost 40. Hold on. Don't round 34 to 40. All right, relax on that one. Back that one up a bit. All right? 34. He's 34. Like, that's a crazy roundup, okay? Almost 50 is insane. Relax.
Would meet up with him during December 2025 in Paris when he would travel for a convention. Unlike Mal, though, she would actually end up sleeping with Sykkuno, again, completely oblivious that he has a girlfriend. They would both share their stories and the DMs with Sykkuno in the Google document. This document would be 32 pages long, and it would detail both of their experiences with Sykkuno, leading up to the revelation of the fact that he has a girlfriend, as well as a link to the full 17-minute YouTube video.
Yeah, I didn't read this doc. I just watched I listened to the YouTube video because I was at my sister's place and we were like, oh, tea.
Video in which Mal would confront Sykkuno about cheating on his girlfriend with her. Here's how it would start off. On Valentine's Day of this year, I was followed on Twitter by Sykkuno. I thought it was amazing that such a big content creator even knew I existed, let alone followed me on social media. He had been my role model and someone I looked up to for a long time, ever since my days in high school. However, what I learned about
Gotta open this thing of rice. Hold on while he's talking. Hold on.
Sykkuno is not the kind, soft-spoken character you see on stream. He is a serial cheater, liar, and manipulator who uses his status to get what he wants from as many women as possible. More specifically, ones who are smaller or up-and-coming content creators, knowing that he can take advantage of them. After confiding in many others that have had similar experiences with Sykkuno, I realized that this was not an isolated incident. In fact, it was something that had been going on for multiple years. He always made sure to cover his tracks and never left a paper trail significant enough for someone to make this public. But now, this has all changed. These are serious allegations, and I fully understand that this should not be treated lightly. I urge all other content creators who have been personally affected by Sykkuno's behavior to not remain silent, as I believe that there is strength in numbers. This document will not only include proof from me, but from another victim who has given me her consent as well. Below, you will find evidence that will expose this calculated pattern of love bombing and manipulation, as well as a recording of a voice call where he explicitly admits to all his wrongdoings.
Yeah, that voice call kind of crazy, dog. Like when we get there, Shit.
Everything.
We get
So
there,
I
we
think
get
this
there.
is one hell of an intro to the document, right? One thing I want to point out is the urging of all other content creators who have been personally affected by Sykkuno to come out about this. As I already mentioned, there are many people who were affected by his actions throughout the years. In fact, if Sykkuno traveled to any expo or convention or event, then you can bet a hefty sum of money that he always had someone there who he flew out, hoping that he could bring them to his hotel room. Anyway, the next
See, there's a part of, okay, there's like a few layers to this. If he was single in doing this, it would still be weird because, again, they're 20-year-olds. You're flying out to foreign countries to fuck you. That's kind of weird. But they're consenting because, again, everyone's an adult, right? And that's fine. But the issue is that he's in a long-term relationship with someone and doing this. So he's lying to everyone. So it's under false pretenses. That's where the issue, I think, kind of develops, right? Like, it's creep behavior, but it only becomes, oh, fuck off behavior when you realize, oh, you're tricking people. Like, yeah, right? Because it's under false pretenses of them thinking there's going to be a relationship, or them thinking like we're going to move in together, or them thinking like, oh, you're flying me out because I'm your special person, or you're single and we're dating, right? That's what makes it weird. But it's like, no, you're in a committed relationship and you live with your partner.
next section of the document would be titled Our First Conversation. After Valentine's Day, I was so excited about him following me that I told a friend who then urged me to strike up a conversation. I finally worked up the courage to send him a
Also, there was people on Twitter I saw bashing her, being like, you were flirting with him and seeking him out. And all I could think of was, yeah, dog. She didn't know he was taken. And she saw that a guy she thought was like a celebrity crush just followed her. She was shooting her shot. It's up to the 34-year-old to be kind of like, ooh, you're a fan. I don't fuck fans. Right? And I'm not going to like infantize her, whatever the fuck. Right? Because again, she's 20. But at the same time, it's like the dynamic is more on his side to be like, I'm not going to fuck my fan. Right? Right? And even if he was trying to hide his relationship, don't flirt back.
DM, and he replied right
Infantilize,
away.
thank
So here we can see
you.
on the 15th of
forget the
February,
word.
Mal would send, "Are you still looking for a Valentine's date, perhaps?" To which Sykkuno would say, so innocently, "What? You can't just open up with something like that? And besides, Valentine's Day's almost over where I'm from already." To which she would reply with, "I mean, we can always do a Valentine's Day do-over, you know?"
And could this oh my god, you're right. I have to drink. You're right. That's an anime line. You're so right. Oh, drink. All right. You just can't open up with something like that.
In the same first conversation, he brought up what kind of games he liked to play and invited me to play with him after a convention. On the left image, we can see them discussing sleep schedules, right? Understanding what time it is for her, what time it is for him. And on the right image, we can see him say, "What games do you like to play? I'm like a massive game player. That's usually how I meet people or make friends, to be honest." In the next couple of images, we can see Sykkuno talk about the game he was playing, which was Outlast Trials, saying that maybe Mal could carry him. She would agree, give him her Discord, and then wonder, "Hey, are you done soon with your stream? Because I'm getting tired." She hadn't slept all night. She was pulling an all-nighter. He'd apologize for taking so long, and then he'd say that he has a convention to go to. So after making her wait for like a few hours, he would say, "Hey, listen, can we just play tomorrow? I have a convention to go to." And they would agree, "Okay, let's play after the convention." This is what would lead us to the next section. Interest in where I live. For context, this is still the same day as the first conversation. Only moved to Discord in a few hours apart since I'm EU time zone and he's
I don't think there's anything wrong with asking where someone lives for time zones. I don't think there's anything wrong with that part.
US time zone. So yeah, these DMs have the timestamp of 10 a.m. EU time. The last DMs we can see on Twitter were at 9 a.m. So this is barely an hour later after they added each other. Mal would continue by saying, "Things started out innocently enough with him inquiring about fun things to do near where I live, such as aquariums and conventions, TwitchCon EU specifically. I'd like to point out that I said we could go on a date to make up for Valentine's. He not once expressed to me any discomfort or that he wasn't single. So yeah, this is how it goes. If someone expresses interest in you, right, you typically tell them fairly quickly that you're already in a committed relationship. You don't just let things slide. Mal had no reason to think that Sykkuno was already taken.
Even if he wanted to hide his relationship, you would just be like, oh, I'm not interested like that, but I'm down to be a friend. The moment you realize someone's like flirting like that, right? Or you like change topics, or you move them away from the flirty conversation, right? Like, I just... a little skirt, you know?
Otherwise, he would have said
to the
something
side.
after she proposed a date. He'd ask, do they have an aquarium? I'm a big fan of aquariums. She'd say, there's artists in Amsterdam. Could make it a date, you know, to make up for Valentine's. He'd only reply with, a what? Lol? Continuing on with his innocent persona, but he'd never say, oh, no, actually, wait, like, I want to meet up with friends.
I got a drink again that fast? I'm so glad I have food and water with me. I'm fucked. All right.
I'm actually in a relationship, not once. The next section will be titled, Following My Private Instagram. He would also follow my personal private Instagram that is only available to my IRL friends and family while using his official Sykkuno account. So here we can see an image of Sykkuno,
which I find strange.
With her
why would he use his
why would he use his
business account for shit?
The next section will be titled Making Plans to Meet Me in Person. So bear in mind, this was the next day, okay, the 16th of February.
On main gal.
On the 15th, he followed her on the 14th. The document would say, in this 2-hour Discord gaming call, the same day as our first conversation, Sykkuno made plans to meet me IRL. It was set to be the same weekend as Dokumi 2026 since he was flying over anyway to attend TwitchCon EU. Going to the aquarium would be our first date. I also learned that there is a 15-year age gap between us. Right, so look, I personally spoke to the victim about this. I asked, like, would that usually have been like a red flag or a turnoff? She said yes. But the thing is, this is Sykkuno we're talking about here, right? So she made an exception because as you...
Yeah, because he has like that sort of soft boy persona. So it's like, he's like a soft guy and he's like, you know, he seems more, no, it's still, 15-year age gap. I can't judge though. You know, I was in an age gap pretty bad at 20, so I get it.
Saw in the intro of this document, she used to watch him in high school. She genuinely looked up to him. To say that she was starstruck was an understatement, and that's exactly what he was counting on. Now, while keeping that 15-year age gap in mind, this next section definitely hits different. It's titled, Making Plans to Move In Together. These messages would be on the 17th of February, 2 days after they started talking. It would say, with
2 days!
Sykkuno, our relationship moved so incredibly fast it almost felt like a dream. It was like he could make anything I wanted happen, and as someone as prolific and successful as him, I had no reason to doubt anything he said to me. These screenshots show that Sykkuno and I were intending to adopt a cat and have me possibly move into his house. I told him we couldn't get a cat yet due to me not being a US citizen and possibly having visa issues. Keep in mind, this conversation happened 2 days after the first conversation.
Come on. Come on. Like, we could all admit that's kind of fucking predatory, dog. Like, that's insane. Telling her, a multi-millionaire 34-year-old saying, come move into my house, let's get a cat together 2 days after you start talking. You're gonna be starstruck. He's already offered to fly you out to places. Like, it feels like you are, like, the chosen one, low-key. Where's his GF and all this? Probably crying. To be honest, I'd be so fucked up if I were her. It's insane.
So in this first image of these set of DMs, we can see them talking about pets in general, right? About how he might be allergic to certain pets, about how his current dog doesn't trigger his allergies. So they start discussing the prospect of getting a cat. Mal would say, I mean, if I'm there anyways, we'll have to think of a name, no? To which Sykkuno would say, yeah, but I don't know if I can take care of it myself. Mal would say, or were you just gonna name it Cat? He'd say, you'll have to stay to help take care of it, lol. To which she'd say, I'm okay with that, though I don't know how that would work with me staying there. I can't stay forever either, you know, because I'm not an American citizen and I'll also probably have to go back as well, because
They're talking about the logistics of her getting a visa and moving in with him and getting a pet together. Dog, you manipulated the fuck out of her. This is like a romance scam, but without the money aspect. What the fuck? Holy shit. He's trying to start a Second Life. He's trying to start a Second Life account. Bro's on that old ass game Second Life right now. That's crazy. What the fuck? Oh.
I mean, I hope at least that I can go back to studying end of this year. And like in general, everything is so expensive. And then he'd say, oh yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe we can get a cat together another time then. Besides, don't you already have a cat? To which she'd say, yeah, but they're my dad's. Also, did you finally order the food? And he'd say, oh, I see. So you wouldn't have to bring them if you just moved somewhere. To which she'd say, no, I guess not though. I'd miss them so much, so I definitely have to get new pets. So barely a couple days after speaking to each other, Sykkuno's out here discussing getting a pet together, taking care of it, raising it together, and looking into the possibility of her maybe moving in together with him one day. This was as he was sharing a home with his girlfriend.
Dog, imagine laying in bed with your girl and you're messaging another girl about how you guys are going to get a cat together and move her in. That's fucking crazy. Holy shit.
Next section will be titled Lying.
Okay, I don't want to sound stupid, but I'm going to be very vulnerable right now. I see people type NTR and stuff. I have no idea what that means. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. And I'm sorry if I sound stupid. I don't know what it means. Oh, it's a I be learning. You learn something new every day. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's cuckoldry. I see. It's in a lot of hentai? Yeah, all right. You know what? We learned. Thanks, chat.
About being single and dating history. In this screenshot, Sykkuno said he has only ever had one relationship his entire life. I would eventually find out that that was a lie and that he had been dating and living in the same house as his girlfriend for years and that I was not the only girl on the internet that he spoke to on a daily basis. So
the thing that confuses me is he had roommates. He was roommates with 5 girls. So how do they not know he was dating someone? They all acted surprised he's in a relationship. How does that happen? If she lives with them. I don't get that part. Does anyone understand that part? Did he like hide her in the basement? Did he have like a separate apartment for her or something? I'm so confused. She lived with him since 2024. Oh, when did he move out with his roommates? When did he stop being roommates with his old friends? I'm just trying to understand the logistics.
Them discussing this topic. Mal would say, I mean, you've been in relationships before. It's not like it's your first relationship, referencing what they might potentially have going on. To which he'd reply with, I don't know, lol. I've only like actually dated someone once and they broke up with me, so yeah, I think I'm just not very good, so it's probably just a me issue. To which he'd say, did you like never do anything for your ex, like at all? To which he'd say, I mean, I think I did.
Oh, yeah, it's probably a me issue. Is definitely a drink. That's definitely a drink. Man, fuck.
I don't think she thought I did, so yeah. But I mean, everyone has their own way of what they want, so it's important to be like, are you
It's probably just a me issue.
getting what you want? And if you're not, I totally understand. Mal, of course, would want to inquire as to what he was saying. Like, what do you mean you think you did? Like what? But he'd never specify, and he'd always keep it vague, keeping up this persona that he crafted, the one that was allergic to love, that had no idea, like, what was going on with women. This would lead us right into the next section titled Sexting. We texted every single day, and these interactions would be charged with flirting and suggestive topics. I would send him suggestive pictures and audios, and he would confirm that he'd touch himself to them. Additionally, he'd always act flustered and inexperienced, keeping up
He's beating his dick in the bathroom while his girlfriend's doing her goddamn skin routine, getting ready for bed. And he's jerking his shit to other women. That's so crazy, dog. Oh, that's so... Y'all live together?
The illusion of his on-stream innocent persona. We'd also regularly talk about date ideas and things we'd like to do together in the future when we'd meet up IRL. Topics that are usually discussed between two adults who are clearly romantically interested in each other. On top of texting, we also called almost every single day, even after he'd stream for over 8 hours. We'd talk and play games regularly. One thing I'd noticed is that every time we called and when he spoke, he'd be whispering and never fully use his voice. His
Bro, whispering through the phone and shit, that's such crazy work. That's so crazy. Oh my God.
excuse was that it's because he was tired after a long stream, and I didn't really find that to be suspicious. Using your voice for 8 hours in a row does exhaust it after.
Oh, you know what? There's no say, yep, drink, Alicia. Wait, what do I gotta drink to? Hey, what am I drinking to? Wait, what line was even there? I didn't even hear. What line? Hey.
I now realize that he was quiet because his girlfriend lived with him and he didn't want her to hear. So in this first set of DMs, we can see them discussing things.
The whispering? I just have to take a shot for the whispering? Nah, I don't count that one. Not that one. Does it pass the anime boy test? Hold on. Yeah, I can't like talk super loud right now because my power levels for my voice have been depleted since I was streaming for 8 hours. Does that count? Or like what? Like, do we count that or like what? Not really? All right, let's keep moving.
Sykkuno saying, let's watch something. Mal would say we should. He would say, let's watch a cooked Netflix dating show because those are funny, or both. And Mal would say we should. And
honestly, though, I love watching Netflix dating show slop. Num slop. Oh, I love the garbage they put out, man. Oh, it's so fun to turn your brain off and be like, ooh, she nasty. Ooh, he kind of slutty. Ooh, like, it's so fun. It's ridiculously good. It's so garbage, but it's great.
You also want to play games like Helldivers or Overwatch or etc. In the next image, we can see them discussing the spicy audio that she sent him at some point. He'd say, you do too. She would say, yeah, like in that audio recording I sent you, to which she would act flustered over and say, huh? Oh my God. Well, yes, you really sounded cute in that too. Which
she sent him audio of her moaning and shit. And he went, oh my gosh, well, you sounded really cute in that too. Oh, fucking drinking to that one. Holy fuck. Oh, fuck. Baka.
he would say, did you ever re-listen to it or only that once? In the next screenshot, we can see them discussing going on a gym date. Mal expressed to him how much she enjoys going to work out at the gym, and so Sykkuno would inquire about what a gym date looks like. This is when they discuss it more. In the next two set of DMs, we can see them talking about more spicy topics. Mal would say, you get flustered so easily. And then Sykkuno would say, because I'm not. I've never done like this kind of thing before, lol. To which she would say,
I've never done anything like this before. I'll fucking drink to that one. Yeah. All right.
And you don't like it? He'd continue saying, which is crazy because I'm older than you, but like,
acknowledging the age gap.
I haven't really dated much, so. And then Mal would say, so? You have me now. He'd reply with, my XP bar is low.
My XP bar is low! That's the Riz. You know what? That's a panty dropper right there. I don't know what y'all are doing in your flirtations, but that you ain't doing it right, clearly. agree. He hits with lines like that. He hits. Because when you're a fucking millionaire with clout, you can say stupid shit like that and still win. My God. That's insane. Oh my God. Girl, no. I'm drinking it. I have to drink to that one. That's not even an anime line. That's just crazy. I'm drinking to that one. Oh, my face is warm.
But no, I do it. I've never gotten something like this before. Yes, I like it. It's so good. I can't wait to use it later. As in, I can't wait to grill my sausage to it later. Whatever.
Which, by the way, is totally fine in a relationship, right? Sending spicy audio, pictures, whatever to keep the relationship kind of, that side, met. That's fine. Remember, he's cheating. And he told this girl he would move in with her 2 days after they started talking. So it's like the context around this, fucking abysmal. The action itself, not a big deal, but the context around it makes it terrible, right? Because, girl, we all snap a titty pic here and there. You know what I'm saying? We all snap a little titty pic, that's fine. But it's also making sure it's, again, the other parts that would make it, the issue.
She sent, to which she would reply with,
Honestly, sexting never looks great from an outside perspective. Dog. Sexting will always look cringe no matter what you do. Because horny brain is not the same as unhorny brain, okay? You'll sometimes, even while you're fucking, you'll say something weird as shit because your horny brain said it, and you'll maybe a few hours after go, did I really say that? Who said it? I said it? Really? So it is what it is,
I wondered if you've ever touched yourself while watching what I send you. To which he'd say, what? Why would you wonder that? She'd say,
why would you? You're wondering, why would you wonder that? That I touch myself to you? Nani? I'm drinking. Yeah, fuck off. I'm drinking.
well, because they're spicy pictures and videos. Of course, I wonder if you put them to use. And then he'd say, I'll definitely...
The problem with it, too, is there is an age gap, but the way he types is like a fucking teenager. Jesus Christ.
Put this one to use. She'd say, so you've never done so before? And then he would say, maybe in all caps with a flustered sweating emoji. This is when she'd put her foot down and say, I want a yes or no. And then he would say, yes, of course I have. How could I not? Overall, these DMs...
Which again, the only reason why it's bad is because, he manipulated her, right? He was like, we're in a relationship. We're basically dating. You're going to move in with me. We're going to get a cat together. And now he's getting nudes and stuff out of her, right? That's why it's fucking terrible. Again, if they were in an actual relationship, this would be completely normal and totally fine. But he's cheating on someone and he's lying to this person saying, oh, we're in this sort of established relationship, right? And blah, blah, blah.
Were a balance of spicy and wholesome, just like what you'd expect when two people are romantically interested in each other, saying goodnight to each other, inquiring on their health. He'd compliment her on her appearance. She'd say, I love getting compliments from you. Good morning, handsome. What are you up to? But this romantic interest wouldn't just be expressed with words. No, for Sykkuno, he'd make sure to express it financially too. This is what would lead us to the next section, titled Sugar Daddy.
I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Okay, we gotta have a moment. If your sugar daddy is sending you only this little bit of money and they're a multi-millionaire, you need to tell your sugar daddy to step it up. I'm gonna be so real with you. That money is nothing compared to what he owns. He could send you $10,000 right now and it wouldn't even flinch his wallet. There wouldn't even be a hesitation out of his wallet. He could piss 10,000 in one night and not give a fuck. That's how much money this guy has. So I'm gonna be real with you. This is like him buying you a McDonald's cheeseburger. And I don't even mean like a quarter pounder. He buying your ass a Happy Meal without the fries and drink. He just buying you the meal. The Happy. Like this, right? I buy you the meal. Like that's where we're at, right?
Just than a month later, Sykkuno would randomly ask for my PayPal account in DMs. He'd then waste no time in sending me money unprompted, something that I'd later realize was simply a behavioral pattern that he'd employ with.
And a fun fact, I know I don't really talk about my finances with you guys, but I mean, I tell you guys I do really well. I do really well. But my friends who have full-time jobs who collab with me, I pay them when they collab with me because they're taking time out of their day, or sometimes they'll drop a shift just to record with me, and I pay them. I'll pay them double whatever their salary is, right, to take the day off. All right, so it's like I even pay my homies, and they don't even call me sugar mama, which is crazy. You know, so it's, yeah. I mean, I've also offered like 2 of my friends before, if they wanted to just record with me full time and just collab on my channel and leave their jobs because they're shitty, I'd be happy to like help support them. Right? Because I know I have some friends who have really bad jobs, but you know, they choose to, I mean, one of them only rejected it because the comments were kind of rabid one time. It was Ant. I offered the deal to Ant, and he thought about it, but YouTube comments towards Ant were really fucked up at one point, and he mentally couldn't handle it. And I was like, that sucks. But no, he's still on. He's still doing his thing. So him and I won't mention anyone else who gets paid out, but you know, some people get paid out.
Women he'd expressed interest in. I want to reiterate that I have never asked him for his money, and he did this of his own volition. He bought me both.
Mind you, I did not do that when I was up and coming. I only did that like within the past few years, while I started to make more of an income. Yeah, I think I started doing it when I started doing JoJo's with Ant. Was when I started, because I was like, well, I'm making money off making these JoJo's videos. I might as well split it with you because we're doing it together. Even though I was editing them myself and stuff back then, but yeah. And then I kind of kept that mentality with my friends because I was like, you know, a huge thing for me was I have a pretty shit mental health sometimes, and you know, I can't record without my friends sometimes because I just feel mentally down, and you know, helping them out means a lot to me. So you did buy Key a Nintendo Switch 2 because you wanted someone to play with. Okay. I did. That was the most sugar mama thing I've ever done. That really was. Okay. I really said, I want a friend to play games with. I'm buying you a Switch. And I paid for like a friend's hospital bill before. I paid for a friend's dental bill before. Like emergency shit. I'll always like, if my friends have emergency shit that needs help, like I don't mind. But I'll ask them to like help me record some videos to pay for it back, right? But besides that, yeah, I think that's the most sugar mama thing I've ever done. Have I ever done anything besides that? Besides the Switch? No, everything else has always been like, for Azu, I give him like bonuses and shit, but that's like work related. That's not really his like, that's not really like a gift. I'm trying to think. No, I have given him gifts before. I don't keep track of everything I do. I think it's kind of cringe to keep track of the things you do for your friends. Because I just do them for the sake of doing them. I don't really do it to like keep score of what I do. Which is why when you guys remind me, I'm like, oh yeah. So I probably have done other shit. I know I bought one of them a VR headset. I forget which friend I bought it for. And I feel bad. Because one of them has a VR headset, and I'm too anxious to figure out which one it is. And I don't want to be like, oh, it's Azu! Okay, so I genuinely thought it was somebody else. So I'm so glad you said it was you. Okay, because I couldn't figure out who it was I bought the VR headset for. So I have not asked anyone to collab on VR, because I'm like, I don't remember who I did it for, and I don't want to sound like a bitch. Okay, we're good. Thank you, Azu. Oh, you did send someone money for it, but they didn't get it? What the fuck? That's some tea for later, bitch. What the hell? Who did I send money for to get a VR headset and they didn't get it? What? That sounds like some drama. Which you know what? That's my own fault though, because I never committed to us doing VR content. So that's on me. So I didn't even realize because we never did the VR content because I'm too lazy to set up my VR. All right. Anyways, tea for later.
The gym jacket linked below, and Resident Evil 9 because I had expressed interest in that game. Here we can see 2 payments. The first one sent on the 28th of February 2026, 81 euros, and the second one being 200 euros on the 5th of March 2026. The sender was the business, Sykkuno.
He's sending money to his e-host through his business account. I'm sorry, I don't mean to call her an e-ho. But that's what this relationship's supposed to be, right? Because, you know, call it is what it is. But I'm just saying, he financially, he tax write-offs his side hoes. His bookkeeper looks at these transactions for his side hoes and goes, yep, file that shit under. He expenses them, bro. He expenses his side hoes. Oh.
He'd innocently ask for a PayPal username on the 28th of February. He'd start off the conversation with, you still aren't asleep either? To which she'd say, I fell asleep, woke up again because I'm having trouble sleeping. He would then say, oh, well, good morning. And what's your PayPal so I can buy you games later? She'd say, huh? Straight to the point. Jesus, I need to update my email to my PayPal because it's my old name from before I rebranded. When he would send her money for a gym jacket, at some point she'd say, want me to send it back? To which he'd say, no, I wanted you to get a nice gym vest, lol. Especially because it seems like you're really passionate about working out, so I thought it'd be nice. And then you can remember me when you're wearing it.
Again, these things would all be fine if his girlfriend wasn't in the other room right now and he didn't tell this girl, yo, let's move in together. Fucking insane. Drink? Yes, sir. Especially because it seems like you're passionate about working out, so I thought it'd be nice. Yeah, then you can remember me when you're wearing it. Haha.
I thought it was a cute idea. She'd buy one, she'd wear it, she'd send it to him, and she'd say, I wore it with the green set.
Also, girl slay! Love that for you.
Because I know how much you like green. She'd also make a tweet on her account while wearing it, saying, this gym jacket is literally so comfy, the muscle mommy arc will be real. So up until this point, this was Mal's experience with Sykkuno. The next section is titled, A Calculated Pattern of Love Bombing and Manipulation. And this is where we talk about Elphilia's side of the story. The document would say, after speaking to Elphilia a few days ago, we were able to corroborate our experiences with Sykkuno and learned that we were both victims of this. We had no idea that he was talking to both of us at the same time. Sykkuno is known to send hundreds of dollars to the girls he wants to get involved with. This screenshot is from when he took my friend Elphilia to Paris during the 2025 TFT tournament, along with sending her 500 euros to help her move into her new apartment. You can clearly see that this was sent from his business email's PayPal account. So unlike the other image that was supplied by Mal, here we can clearly see this is Sykkuno.
He's doing it all from his business account. This is so fucking insane. Now this is some sugar daddying. Now this is what sugar daddy shit should look like, okay? This is getting a little more accurate, okay? So the other girl, he was putting a little bit more squeeze into. Okay. Okay.
At hotmail.com, sending her all this money, a substantial amount, around 1,550 euros.
Okay, 1,550 euros still ain't shit to him, though, to be honest. 1,500 is nothing. He pisses that in one day. Like, there's, again, multimillionaire. But still, that's a bit better.
All under his business email. Here are the DMs in which we can see that he offered to pay for her flight to TFT Paris as well as all the food and hotel fees there, pretty much taking care of her financially during the entire trip. So this starts off as far back as April 2025, with Sykkuno telling Elphilia, I'm probably going to Paris later this year for sure, I'm not sure on TwitchCon yet, I'm afraid I don't know enough people. He'd say, you should come to Paris when I go to it, is it close? To which she'd say, Paris is pretty easy to go to, yeah, since it's in the European Union. He'd say, you better hang out then when I go there. She'd reply with, I'll have to see because I know nothing and no one there and it's expensive, to which he would say, I'll pay for it, don't worry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's gonna suck on titties and suck on drinks! No! Stop this man! Stop him! Yamate! Alright, drink? Oh. I'll pay for it, don't worry. Yeah, alright, I'll drink.
He'd say, whoa, really? You do that? And then he'd say, yeah, of course. And all the food. She'd of course be ecstatic about this and say, you'd have to deal with my annoying ass though. And he
No, I'm gonna be real with you. Girls need to know their worth more, man. My coochie a prize. Man, if a motherfucker, a multi-millionaire, I would literally say pay off my fucking debt when I was in my 20s. You know, I'm debt free now. But besides, we still have the car loan and the mortgage. I'm telling her to pay off my mortgage. I tell this bitch, I swear to you, multi-million, pay off my mortgage. Pay off my mortgage. Like, oh fuck. Like, oh, girls.
He would say, but you gotta choose places to eat, like the restaurants. And she'd say, deal. One day later, he'd reiterate, you're fine, you never have to pay for anything, don't worry, lol. How much is the flight usually from Netherlands to Paris and back? Because she lived in the Netherlands at the time. I think.
Oh my God, he flying coochie out. He flying it out. Oh, his girl's at home. Why did he make it? Oh, he doesn't fly his girl out with him to the tournaments and stuff because he's hiding her. So obviously he goes and flies out to meet up with other women to go cheat and flies them out too. God damn.
Going for like a TFT tournament or something like that. On the 10th of December 2025, we can see her saying, I'm boarding now, see you soon.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know right now. If a multi-millionaire man, right, flew me out on Ryanair or flew me out on Spirit Airlines, I'ma kill him. No. Nope. You better give me business class at the minimum, first class at the maximum, because that's what you can get. And you better put me on a real airline. I want Air Emirates. I want Air Canada. I want something real. I want Air France. Air France has nice planes, man. Air France has really great planes. Dog. Put her ass in economy seats. Oh, fuck.
Which she would reply with, see you soon, you have the hotel info, right? Since they were going to share a room. This brings us to the next section titled Elphilia's Experience. Elphilia would talk to Sykkuno on and off for the span of 5 years.
That's the entire duration of him having a girlfriend. The entire duration of him having a girlfriend. Sorry, I just realized her username. I think I was in a collab with her. I was in a collab with Sykkuno and a bunch of people. And I think she was one of the people there. This was like a year ago. I didn't really realize that till this moment. This was like an Astroline thing. I don't know. Maybe? Oh. Listen, I would never invite anyone currently in drama on stream because that's some clout hungry shit. Like, I'll reach out to people who are in drama to see if they're okay, but I'm never gonna have them on stream or in a video right after drama happens because that's some cringe clout hungry shit. I'll have them later on or whatever if I want to, but I would never do it. I would never do it right like during or after. Like that's just ooh, you know, that's a little icky. That's a little icky. Like I DM'd Mal, the other girl, who we're gonna hear the phone call from. Like I've DM'd her, and I was just wishing her well and stuff, and she was nice because again she's 20, and I was kind of like, the internet's really going at her right now, so I wanted to check in on her. But no, I would never invite any of them on stream or something like that because again, you don't want to profit off someone's pain or what they're going through. That's really important not to do that, you know?
During that time, she had absolutely no idea that he had a girlfriend in the 5 years that she had known him, and on and off flirted with him. Anytime she would bring up the topic of his love life, he would give the response of playing too many games and not going out enough to meet women to date. So bear in mind, she knew him since like 2021, back when he was like the most desired man on the entirety of Twitch or the streaming space. And even with all that flirting, he never once mentioned the relationship he's been in since 2021. So this was in the
5 years
of his relationship as well. So in this next set of DMs, we can see Elphilia saying, also, I have a question for you. Why are you single?
He's not! That's the real answer! He's not!
Like, how? To which he'd say, huh? That's a crazy question, lol. I think it's a combination of like playing too many games. To which she'd say, why crazy? Why is it a crazy question? The guy was desired by anyone, even after.
That's a crazy question. All right.
After his
We're almost
viewership
on this
had
bottle.
fallen down a little bit, he could still DM anyone and get them to date him. It didn't make sense. The document would say, same calculated behavior and patterns, using his nerdy gamer boy facade to lure women into a false narrative. In this next set of DMs, Elphilia would be saying, you're cute. You're this sweet to all girls, or am I just lucky? To which he'd say, wah, lol, only to the ones I think are cool. So as we can see, Elphilia is just starstruck. She can't believe this. She feels so lucky that Sykkuno, the guy who's desired by everyone, is giving her attention out of anyone else in the world. This is the effect he had on people, and he knew this. And just like with Mal, he would follow her personal
Only to the ones that I think are cool.
Instagram with his official Sykkuno Instagram page. It's genuinely like a deja vu to what he did with Mal. Like, it's the same patterns. The guy had a playbook and he knew how to put it to use. The document would continue. Here is proof that Sykkuno was in Paris for the TFT event around this time too, directly from his Twitter. So here you can see this was posted around the 13th of December 2025 when he was in Paris. In this first tweet on the left, we can see him taking an image of Lily Pichu, who was also there, as well as him retweeting one of TFT's tweets saying, ultimate bragging.
I don't get why he just isn't single and doing all this. If he was single and doing all this, it would be way less terrible. It would be kind of creepy behavior, but it wouldn't be like giga awful behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Rights have been secured at the TFT Paris Open. This is them announcing that Sykkuno's team had won, confirming that he was indeed there. The next page of the document would show us a set of DMs between Sykkuno and Elphilia. The date would be the 3rd of March, 2026. So this would be 3 months after they had met up and hooked up. And this would be as he was talking with Mal. He'd say, oh my god, I was playing World of Warcraft, I saw this player, it reminded me of you.
I'm a little buzzed. I gotta say the joke. I gotta say it. I gotta say it. Azu, cut it out of his bed. Azu, cut it out of his bed. My intrusive thoughts. I saw this character in WoW with your name, so I started beating my meat vigorously to it, because your name.
That's because that player had a similar looking name. She'd say, oh, you got reminded of me? That's cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say, of course. Oh, I was going to ask, were you planning on going to like Offkai or anything like that? That's a VTuber Expo, right? To which she would say, I wish, but unfortunately I can't. My rent is now 800 euros per month and I'm living fully off of my savings, so I canceled all my travels for the year. The document would say, to add...
Not the skin trombone. Shut your ass up!
even more salt to the wound. After Elphilia's Paris trip, and 2 weeks after he had started talking to me, saying things like how he wants to move in with me and such, he would message Elphilia asking her if she'll be at Offkai. This is proof that he'd be talking to more than one woman at the same time, planning a hookup for every event he went to. He was doing—
Oh my god, he was pounding pussy and traveling the world! With a forehead that big! That's so crazy, man! Ah! Dog! You know, everybody who try to do that manosphere Andrew Tate shit, I think y'all are doing it wrong. You gotta do this shit. You gotta... Hi, I'm just a quirky gamer guy, and I don't really know anything about love, but I would love to experience it with you. You know what I mean? It might work. Fuck the dating courses, right?
this while giving me the impression that he wanted something long-term, and
Oh
all
my
while
God.
also having a girlfriend since 2021. Elphilia and I weren't friends until I found out that he was cheating on his girlfriend. This is when we both got in contact with each other and shared our stories.
Yeah. I can understand that, like, wanting to only expose it after you guys realize, oh, this is multiple people and he has a girlfriend and we've been lied to this whole time, right? That's the context. is like realizing, oh, he's been lying to us this whole time. He's been playing with us. He had a girlfriend, and he's been lying about us moving in with him and shit. That fucking sucks. And that's like really manipulative. That's super manipulative.
She deserves the world. The section would end with both Sykkuno and Elphilia talking about random topics, and then at the end of this DM chain, we can see Sykkuno saying, "How was your day?" To which she would reply with, "Awful. Spent the whole day crying. Crying right now. Why do some men cheat? I'll never understand." The document points out that this is ironic, seeing that Sykkuno is a cheater himself. So as we can see, when these two women spoke to each other and shared their stories, they were shocked. Shocked.
Oh, that's... Oh my god, when you're messaging a cheater like, oh my god, how could they? And they go, oh my god, how could they? And they put on their little mustache. Like they try to hide or something.
To know
A
that they
little
were being
disguise.
used so casually, and shocked to know that this man was in a relationship. But how is it that he did this for years with no consequences? How is it that there are many Elphilias and Mals out there with no one saying a thing? Well, they kind of did, which is what the next section is all about. It's titled Rumors and Broken Friendships. As I mentioned in the intro, no one made a public statement before because they never had sufficient evidence. Sykkuno would always talk about the most explicit and sensitive topics in voice calls.
Okay, so that was a rumor behind the scenes that I've also heard. But like, rumors happen in the VTuber scene all the time, especially for like larger celebrities in like the scene. So like, it really goes in one ear, out the other, which is why I never vocalize or talk about anything. Because, like, I don't fucking care enough most of the time. You know? The only time it really blindsided me was Evil Toaster. That one really fucked me up. Because I thought Evil Toaster was a really great guy. And he was, like, a super big sex pest. But towards me, he never did that. Because he always knew I'm in a... Like, again, most people know I'm in a super overly committed relationship. Where me and my man are endgame. We're getting married, right? So I never have issues with people flirting with me, usually. Right? So I didn't realize he was doing sex pest shit. And that sucks. And I know Zentreya also got like totally blindsided by that because she would play Apex with Evil Toaster. And that fucking blew. That sucked. Right? So it's like shit, you know. I give benefit of the doubt to like a sex pest. Yeah, he was like messaging women a lot of graphic things. I don't really know the specifics. I don't really remember them off the top of my head. There's like a bunch of Google Docs and shit that came out and whatever, and you know, people just dropped them off the face of the earth. But he was like messaging them about their sex life and all this kind of other shit and getting real personal with them details for every woman he talked to. But yeah, kind of just weird shit. And then he blamed it on his autism. But then the question I had was, then why didn't you ask it to me? Why didn't you ask it to Zentreya? You knew when to say it and when not to say it. You didn't just ask it to everybody. And I was like, oh, that's you trying to, you know, have an out for that. That's fucking weird, dog. So, and like, again, autism is a spectrum, and it can, in many different ways, you can miss a social cue or have an ineptitude towards different things. And that can happen, right? And sometimes it can also lead to like, when it comes to like sexual interpretation of messaging, it can also be skewed in that too. But if you know right from wrong enough to be able to know when to message it, when not to message it to people, and ask people that. Yeah, he was autistic? Yeah. Yeah, Evil Toaster was an advocate for autistic persons, and as well as did fundraisers for autism stuff. So, and then he used it as an excuse, which was kind of just strange, very strange. Because again, he could choose when and when he didn't do it, and who he said it to. And I'm not saying that like it's, if you truly weren't aware of the social aspect of what you're saying, you wouldn't ask it selectively. You would ask it blanketly or not at all, right? That's kind of where I stood on it, which is why I kind of went, ugh. But mind you, I only collabed with him maybe like 4 or 5 times in my life. But yeah.
Or in person, never leaving a paper trail, this was all intentional. Rumors still managed to spread. Many content creators, both big and small, would vent to their friends about his behavior. Behind the scenes for many,
I don't think Alicia knows about the Vanoss crew lore. I don't know shit about the Vanoss crew besides a few try not to laugh clips of their clips, and they were super fucking funny. When we were doing the try not to laugh challenge, you also made some clips of them, and they were super funny. Besides that, I don't really know anything about them.
Be known as a predator who regularly took advantage of smaller and or vulnerable.
I know of
content
Mini
creators.
Lad.
The reason why Sykkuno would
He was a nonce, right? I don't really know besides that though. I don't really know like the details. I just know that he got hella canceled, like super omega canceled.
abruptly stop hanging out with certain people throughout the years is because of this predatory behavior. However, he'd managed to keep enough influential friends around him to legitimize his position in the space.
What's a nonce? Like, a PDF file, low-key? Like an EDP, yeah? Like a...
Especially seeing that many of those friends were women who would have normally stood in solidarity with any sort of victim, making it seem like he was safe enough to trust because they trusted him enough to be a friend. As Elphilia spoke with Sykkuno, she'd tell him about rumors that she had heard from someone else, about how Sykkuno had a roster of readily available women, and how they all coincidentally were smaller content creators who wouldn't dare touch him if something went wrong. Elphilia, of course, didn't believe this. After all, Sykkuno had a calculated pattern that worked perfectly in his favor. His innocent, naive demeanor wouldn't dare hurt a fly, so why would he hurt me? So here we can see DMs between Elphilia and Sykkuno. She would start this off with saying, I don't know, he said he dislikes you, referencing a friend of hers, and that you only go for girls that are small so you can manipulate them with your shy persona. Yet he is doing that to my friend right now. To which Sykkuno would say, oh yeah, I mean, I don't think that's true, but I guess people will say stuff randomly. I'm
God damn.
confused as to these people who think I'm going for them. I haven't really done that. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, like I said before, people who know me will know me, and I guess he just dislikes me, which is totally fine. She'd say, exactly. He did say the only reason you haven't gotten called out is because you go after small creators and they'll never expose you. If you ever need proof of anything, I have receipts, just in case he tries anything funny. Sykkuno would say, oh, I feel like the way VTubers are, they would love to try and expose bigger streamers. They love drama, lol. But it's not true, so I think it's fine. I don't need
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Meanwhile, this screenshot is inside of a Mujin video. Shotting gun.
receipts or anything, it's fine, but I thought he was chill. I'm kind of sad he was so angry. Elphilia would say,
Do I love drama? I love when I'm not a part of it and I'm watching from the outside. I like observing drama, not being involved in drama. That's why I love reality TV shows. That shit's messy as fuck and I love watching it. I don't like being involved in nothing though. Keep it a fuck away from me. I'm old as shit. I don't got the mental capacity for it, man. Listen, I just beat cancer. I'm trying to plan my wedding and I'm trying to pop out babies, okay? I don't give a fuck about anything else besides that. Don't talk to me, you know? Like, I'm gonna try to do me. I'm trying to stay in my own lane. Leave me alone, you know?
No, just making sure you stay safe no matter what, love. Sykkuno would continue saying, I mean, why is he bringing up so much anyway, though? To which she'd say, he's jealous of you. I'm just playing League with him, and he brought you up out of the blue. To which he'd say, I don't think there's much to be jealous of, lol. But hopefully he feels better soon. And Elphilia ends this by saying, he said you hurt 5 of his friends, apparently. So this was on the...
Oh, that's insane. That she's playing League with a guy and he's like, no, Sykkuno's done this to 5 girls. This guy's fucked up. And then explain bar for bar his behavior. Oh my God.
22nd
Oh my
December,
God.
Elphilia had met IRL, and Elphilia had no reason to doubt him, right? She still had no idea that he had a girlfriend since 2021. This is why she was still so readily siding with him. And speaking of cheating, this is what would lead us to the section, Sykkuno's girlfriend. The coincidence that would lead me to finding out the truth about Sykkuno happened last week. A popular male VTuber tried to slide into my DMs to presumably get in my pants, and when I rejected him, he immediately started to mention nasty rumors about Bao. Out of concern for her, I reached out to a mod who then connected me with Bao. The 3 of us struck up a conversation when I mentioned I was nervous about a date I was going on. They asked me who it was. When I said my date was with Sykkuno, they immediately told me not to go on the date for my own personal safety. Bao told me that at the end of March, Sykkuno's girlfriend reached out to her regarding a controversial tweet Bao made last year in 2025. She asked Bao if it was true that the tweet was about Sykkuno. So this tweet in question, right? If you were on Twitter back in October 2025, you would have probably seen it.
Yeah, I remember seeing this tweet.
And it simply just said, if you're an up-and-coming female content creator with a small but growing audience and a much larger and successful male content creator approaches you out of nowhere and showers you with attention on stream, in DMs, etc., don't walk, run.
So I'd be lying to you if people didn't already like start mentioning this in the background, saying this was Sykkuno. I'd be lying. People were already saying this was him a year ago. And again, Alicia don't get involved in no drama. She just hears it. Right? So I didn't really say nothing. Y'all got that. I'm not 20. I'm old as shit and engaged. I don't fucking know. My friend group's small as hell. I just gotta show off on my own. I don't know nothing. I just hear rumors. Like, I'll sit over here. So
to 99% of
also, to anyone shitting on Bao for this, being like, oh, she's known for a year, it's not her place to say anything. It's up to the people he's targeted, right? Am I crazy for thinking that? Not to be a Bao defender, but to be a Bao defender, I think it's fucking stupid if anyone gives her shit. Right? I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't be on her. I feel like in reality, it should be up to the people who've been like, attacked upon, who prefer preyed upon, who prefer to like say something. Yeah. Why people just like Bao? I don't know. People got, back when this happened, people got mad, not because it was about Sykkuno. People got mad when she tweeted this because they were like, oh my God, you just hate men. As a male VTuber, I feel like you're speaking out against us and creating a toxic community, right? You're so terrible. They were just saying stupid shit, self-inserting. And all I could think of was like, girl, spit your truth. These people are fucking cringe. And also in my head, didn't say it aloud, but in my head, I went, I'm sorry, 10 viewer Andy saying, how could you talk about us male VTubers like this? Who's us? You got 10 viewers. She literally said, a much larger and successful male content creator. It's not about you, dog. It was never about you. So who's this us? Why are you looping yourself in there? It ain't about you. Right? I'm just saying, if she didn't add much larger and successful male content creator, if she just said male content creators, that is us, right? That would be an us situation for a guy. But if you don't follow the criteria, walk your ass away. Like, that's not about you. Walk off. Like, I don't... Bro thinks he's on the team. I'm just saying. I didn't realize it was about Sykkuno because a lot of male VTubers came out attacking Bao over it 100%, right? And again, it was bullshit, right? And mind you, none of us knew who this was about back then. Like, there was rumors in the background, but no one really flat out knew, right? There was speculation, there was all that kind of stuff, right? And I hate the fact that Bao sometimes spits some hard fucking truths. And like, I don't know her personally. Like, her and I have never talked or anything. But she has spat some hard fucking truths and people give her backlash. And I'm like, why? My girl is spitting. You guys aren't reading properly. You guys keep self-inserting. Leave her alone. Like, mind you, again, I don't know her personally or anything. So if there's anything else that's going on, I don't know. But from my perspective, seeing it seems fine. It's because Cinder, I don't know, dog. I mean, my stance on Cinder still is the exact same as day one. I don't know. Like, not day one, but like, since we saw that video, I don't know. I still stand on where I stand. That's just, The moment she lied about Aru in her Google Doc where she tried to come back, that's all I cared about, because I personally love Aru and I'm friends with Aru. And the moment I read that one page about Aru where she started lying, I said, this whole document must be a fucking lie. Because if you're lying about her like that, I don't fucking believe you. And I stopped reading that shit. I was like, if you lied about a person I care about, I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt at all. Fuck that. That's kind of where I stand on Cinder. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who find comfort in her, who enjoy her content. And I also think that's fine. Because at the end of the day, as long as you watch me, I don't give a fuck who else you watch. You right? Like that's all it really matters. I don't control your personal lives. Do whatever you want with your time. Do watch whoever you want. I don't give a fuck. Just watch me. What's up?
People. This was
like
about
some of y'all could still watch Sykkuno after this, and I really wouldn't give a shit. Again, it's your life and your time. Why would I start controlling what you do and don't do? That's fucking weird. Right?
giving smaller content creators very well needed advice. In reality though, this was a subtweet directly referencing Sykkuno's behavior. Because the document would continue, they called, as in Bao and Sykkuno's girlfriend, and Bao explained to her that other women had confided in her about similar experiences with him. She described a pattern of behavior where he targeted small female content creators and pressured them into having sex
so
with him.
sad.
Bao then offered to connect her with these other victims so they could share their experiences with her directly, as she felt it was important to hear them firsthand. This was all discussed during a Discord call. And so here we can see a DM sent by Sykkuno's girlfriend on March 24, 2026 to Bao saying, "Hey Bao, I'm sorry to bother you with this, but I heard something recently that was a bit concerning and I thought I would just come ask you about it. I heard that there was possibly an instance of Sykkuno trying to get VTuber girls up to his hotel room to drink with them, and that the tweet you made about being cautious of large male streamers showering you with gifts and attention was about him, in regards to him doing it to one of your friends?" You know, before we get back to the document, this actually reminds me of this one tweet that was posted on Twitter back in October 21st, 2025 during TwitchCon North America, where an innocent fan came across Sykkuno in the lobby of a hotel at 2 a.m. One can only wonder what he was doing there, but as you can see, rumors are very easy to spread once you spot someone in a hotel lobby.
All right, let me read this tweet. Last night, after walking a new friend back to her hotel room at 2 a.m., we linked up with a guy who just did the same thing. It took 5 minutes into our walk for me to realize I was talking to the real Sykkuno. Oh.
At 2 a.m. The document would continue. Bao told me that 3 days before I contacted her and her mod, Sykkuno and his girlfriend were trying to reconcile after Sykkuno somehow managed to convince her that it was all a huge misunderstanding. She had no clue that I, as well as many other girls, still existed in Sykkuno's romantic and sexual life. Bao and her mod would put me in a group chat with Sykkuno's girlfriend where I would share all the screenshots you see above. She was rightfully horrified and left the group chat because she couldn't stomach reading them. This is where we
super valid.
can
I feel so bad
DMs
for
in the
her.
group chat from Sykkuno's girlfriend saying, "I have lived with him for over 2 years. We have been together since 2021.
I think XQC debunked that tweet. Yo, that's my toenail eating king. You know what, though? You know what? XQC lacks a lot of brain cells, but I will always respect that he's always got an opinion about some shit going on. And I fucking love that. My boy's online for like 15 hours a day, spitting out opinions, biting his toenails. Go off. Live your life. Live your fucking life, man. Good on you. I don't agree with half the shit you say, but you know what? Go off.
And on top of that, everything he's planning with you are things we have planned together and talk about and have done. I'm sorry. At this point, I wouldn't be able to imagine what I would feel if I was in Mal's shoes or anyone else's shoes that Sykkuno had taken advantage of. In fact, I can't imagine being his girlfriend, hearing these rumors about someone I lived with in the same home and finding out about it this way. Even after he managed to convince me that him sleeping with someone back in December 2025 was a misunderstanding. It's horrifying. This would all lead us to the final section of this document titled "To All of Sykkuno's Victims." Ever since
I know some people are going after Mujin after this video came out. And, yeah, I don't care enough about them. I like Mujin. I like the way he presents information. I think he's a good guy with good intentions. And if you don't fuck with him, I don't fuck with you. I don't know him personally, but I don't know. He passes my vibe check. My vibe check's been wrong before, but he passes mine.
Sykkuno's viral breakout during the pandemic lockdowns of 2020 when he played Among Us, he has always carefully curated every aspect of his behavior on stream and with friends. An innocent, romantically inexperienced boy failure who looks like an anime character and sounds like one too. This perfectly curated image would attract a large audience of women, with a lot of them openly professing how attracted they are to him. He soaked in the praise and never sought to limit the most...
Why are they going after him? Oh, I can tell you guys why. Give me one second. I just started chewing. Hold on. Beef bulgogi. Yeah, basically, he dropped this video like an hour after the drama came out. When that little doc dropped, soon after this video came out. This video is like an hour long. So people are like, there's no way you made this video right away after the doc dropped. You knew prior. And it's like, of course he had insider info. The beginning of the video, he literally said, I got permission from both victims and talked to them. So clearly he talked to them before they released the Google Doc and started making his video. Like, he was transparent. He says at the start of the video. Like, people don't fucking listen. Like, it's so weird. Like, people get mad, but it's like, he said that. He said that in the video. So why are people mad? Right? Isn't that strange? I don't know. What? Oh, that's not bad. Yeah. But again, people get mad to get mad. I don't know.
Extreme aspects of his community.
Like for me, when Mujin like talked about my situation with Cat and Chat, like / Catalina, where she like doxed my middle name and fucking told people I beat cancer when I didn't. Right? And then she tried to use my situation as her handling situations with grace and properly when dealing with Doki Bird. Right? And try to use her situation with me to say how she's a good person with when she was judging Doki Bird. Right? Mujin covered my portion really well and with a good timeline and did it very thoroughly, which I really appreciated. And that's why I find him like reliable. So, yeah.
Because it made him more desirable. He understood this and would use this curated image, as well as his legitimacy in the content creation space thanks to his followers and famous friends, to seek out any attractive cosplayers and or content creators that were small enough to be starstruck by his grand...
So someone says they personally only think that the real victim is Sykkuno's girlfriend. I think that's an okay opinion to have, right? We all have different moral levels, right? So who am I to invalidate your moral level? In my personal opinion, I feel like these girls were also taken advantage of, right? I think that's valid to say, right? Because again, they were lied to and paid to like they got like romance scammed. They were told, "Oh my god, we're dating. Let's go on dates together. Let's fuck. I'm going to fly you out to see me." And promise to move in together. Just to be in a relationship with somebody else and have no intention to do that. He just wants to fuck them over time. Like they're still getting taken advantage of. The sex itself was consensual, but the other aspects are very misguided and very misled. So they're definitely being taken advantage of. The biggest actual, like, a huge fucking victim is definitely the girlfriend. But I still think it's valid to say the other people are victims in their own way, too. It's just not the same level or same way. They were let on 100%. Yeah, I think that blanketed terms make it hard. Because when you say victim, everyone thinks a very extreme version of it. So it's like, by comparison, what they went through isn't like what the girlfriend's going through. But at the same time, it's like what they're still going through is fucked up, though. Right? But again, everyone has their own like moral bindings. So I'm not going to try to tell you if you're right or wrong based off your own moral scheme or skew. But in my personal opinion, I think they're victims as well.
Presence. It would work most of the time, as he'd use the same calculated pattern that he used with me and Elphilia to lure them in and eventually fly them out to the next convention or event that he went to with the goal of hooking up. What these many women didn't know, though, is that
it's a relationship catfish. Yeah.
would always lie about the fact that he's single, that behind the scenes, he had a neglected and depressed girlfriend that he'd been with since 2021 and who has lived with him since 2024 in the same house. I implore the many other victims to come out about their experiences with this predator, and I end this document with a recording of Sykkuno in which he admits to everything, especially with how he cheated on his girlfriend with my friend and was intending to do that with me as well. For context, this was shortly after I had messaged his girlfriend about his cheating. 30 minutes later, he would ask if I was free for a call. As his girlfriend was crying downstairs, he somehow chose to prioritize someone that he barely met 2 months ago. She's referring to herself. I pointed this out during the call. Here's the link. So the link.
I just want to say, your girlfriend's crying downstairs because you've been serial cheating on her for 4 years, 5 years almost, and you call up your side chick? That's weird fucking behavior.
Isn't here right now, but obviously it will be by the time this video comes out. It's okay though, because I have the video. And if you're wondering why you should watch it here, well, it's because Sykkuno's voice is so damn low. I mean, the guy was whispering as if someone was after.
So you're still sober? I'm definitely buzzed. My face is warm. I'm not like drunk as shit or anything. I'm definitely got a great buzz going on. We took a lot of consecutive drinky drinks during this, but no, I'm chilling. I'm chilling for now.
After him with a gun, they could barely tell what he's saying.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to drink so much during this voice call. Oh, fuck. No. No! The audio's coming up!
Subtitles. This whole recording is 17 minutes long, and as the document stated, he pretty much admits to everything. Watch.
Hello.
Thomas?
Hello.
So?
Well, pretty much know most of it.
Okay. I want to point out one thing before anything happens here. She just finished making breakfast when they do this call. And my girl is such a savage. She starts eating and you can hear her fork in her chewing while she's telling this man off. And that shit, kind of iconic. That shit, kind of iconic. Again, I've heard the voice call because my sister and I are nosy as fuck. We listened to the voice call. Didn't read the document until like now that Mujin done it. But
Yeah? Like what?
Know what?
No, you can tell me.
Okay. Well, wasn't very honest
Oh?
about single.
About what? You have to speak.
this call changed your opinion of her? What's your opinion of her? I'm just curious. Like, which way did it change it? Because I'll wait till the part plays out. But I know there's a part that's been contentious that I will talk about.
Up a little bit, your mic is cutting out.
Until the end? Yeah, I'll talk about that. Don't worry. I have an opinion about that.
And I just wanted to tell you how it happened.
Uh-huh. You're still gonna have to speak up a little bit, by the way. You're still cutting out a lot.
She's so mad. Her confidence is anger, right? She's super fucking mad. You can tell by the way her voice sometimes shakes, man. Like, I would be so pissed off too.
Sorry. You know, I talk quietly.
Yeah, but you never talk this quietly.
I'm sad.
All right, drinking time, sad. All right. All right.
It's the actions of your... Well, it's the consequence of your own actions, I suppose.
I know.
Mm,
So basically, I was in a very happy relationship.
doesn't sound like it, but sure.
The way she gags him is fucking insane. My God. Oh, she ate that motherfucker so casually. Oh my God. Put the gun down.
Finish.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Very happy relationship a long time ago.
A long time ago. What, like
And then-
2021?
I don't know the exact time, honestly, but a long time ago. Then It got a lot less happy.
How so?
I don't fully know. She just stopped hanging out with me that much, and
Stop hanging out with you. She lives with you.
yeah, I mean,
You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear a single sentence.
You can hear her fork and her chewing. Like, dog, go back just a little bit. This part fucking killed me. I'm like, what the fuck? She's eating this man. She's eating him.
You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear a single sentence that comes out of your mouth.
She's eating him. Okay. Okay, I'm good. Oh, uncomfortable silence is actually longer, but I cut some out. Okay. Yeah, the silence during this part, he's so quiet. She goes, "Are you still there?" And he goes, "Yeah."
You there?
Oh, yeah.
yes, I'm here.
There we go. Yeah, that
I'm
part.
just asking because you went quiet.
Anyway, so I was very, very happy,
Mm-hmm.
and at some point it wasn't so happy.
Oh, I do want to say one thing. I should have put this at the start of the video, right? Obviously, do not harass Sykkuno or anyone involved, right? Whenever we do these sort of drama-ass videos, we keep it to our own comment section. We kind of get bitchy and spill the tea, but don't spread it elsewhere, right? I trust you guys enough to not do that, right? So that's why I sometimes forget to put the buffer out. But, you know, just to like, and if you see someone do that in the community, where they try to like, if you see any of us out there trying to cause some fuck shit, like check them, be like, hey, or snitch on them to my mods, snitch on people. If there's people in my community bringing this shit outside, right? Being like, ooh, right? We'll ban them, fuck them, right? We're not those kinds of people, right? We talk our shit, we get a little bitchy with our drama, but we don't start attacking people and being fucking weird, right? Cool. Just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly when, but like we stopped spending time together. We hadn't done anything together for years.
He says, my girlfriend did not give me the nani for years. Thus, I cheated every time I got the opportunity. Listen, if sex is an integral part of your relationship, right, that's valid. But if you guys don't match on that element, like, you have to leave. Me personally, right, when battling cancer, I couldn't have sex for literally like 2 years, right? Maybe leave it a little bit longer. So I became the master of blowjobs, right? Like, I found what I could do otherwise to make sure I could satisfy my man, right? And that's important too, right? Because at the end of the day, just because I'm suffering doesn't mean like my partner should also be suffering alongside me if it's something integral to them, right? No, but think about it, right? Think about it. It's like sex can be a really important part to your relationship, right? And some people it's not. Some people it is. And for me and my partner, our intimacy matters a lot, right? Intimacy is one of his main love languages, right? So when that happened to me, we had to find, and he was so chill with being like, we don't have to do anything until you're ready. And if that means years, that means years. And he was ready to do that for me. And that shit turned me on. That shit, him being like, we don't have to, made me go, I'm gonna get the, you gonna learn, I'm gonna suck a neck cock till I make it. That made me horny for him. Cause I was like, the way that he just zero pressure, right? Like, just was like, as long as you're comfy and you're okay, you're fighting one of the biggest illnesses you could ever fight, whatever, right? I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do things you never knew could be done with a mouth. Like, I'm gonna learn it. Right? Right? So it's like, yeah. So again, if you're not getting sex in your relationship and that's a very integral part for your relationship for you, you should leave, right? Like, that's just the reality. Sex is a huge part for some people, and for some people it's not, right? Some people you're fine without it and you're comfortable without it, and that's okay too. But you need to match on those sort of things. Otherwise, you'll end up pressuring your partner or like end up in ruts or angry with them and things like that. You gotta find people compatible with you, man. You gotta find people compatible with you.
Or what? I couldn't hear that part.
I said we hadn't done anything together for like years,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just very sad and alone. Didn't feel wanted at all.
Mm-hmm. So
I was just very sad for you. Didn't feel wanted at all. Drink! All right.
you slept with Alfie in Paris.
Yeah.
And then you flirted with me. And were telling me how you wanted me to come visit you in Vegas, and how you wanted to go on a date, and how you were serious about me, and how you really meant it, and how you wanted to go get a
Oh,
cat.
she sniffled there. Oh. Girl, she's mad, but she crying. Oh, I felt that. You ever been mad and you start crying? Oh, girl. Girl, take another bite of your eggs. Take another bite of your breakfast. Oh, you're hurting me. I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for her.
Together.
Hi, Pom. In chat.
Yes.
Yeah. Why? Why didn't you just break off the relationship then?
Okay, I'm sorry. Side tangent. Pom, I'm drinking and checking out drama videos. Want to come? If you want to come join, you let me know. You want to come here and take a little shit? We'll hang out. You let me know. Anyway.
Because a combination of remembering how it was, some part of me hoping it would go back to that, and
Well, obviously it's not going to go back to that if you're actively cheating on her. It's only going to get worse. I think that's really on you, bud. And I know you're smarter than that.
I'm not.
I mean, for fuck's sake, you're a 34-year-old man. Yes, you are.
She ate him! Everyone back it up! Rewind.
It's only going to get worse. I think that's really on you, bud. And I know you're smarter than that.
I'm not.
I mean, for fuck's sake, you're a 34-year-old man. Yes, you are.
You're smarter than that. I'm not. Well, you're 34 years old. You're a 34-year-old man. She ate him. She ate him like her breakfast. She ate this man. She ate this man. Oh my god. Ah! Oh my god. She said, "You old fuck. Why you acting like a teenager? You know exactly what you've been doing." Fork in
acting like a
hand. Stop acting like a
I think that's
child.
What I'm acting like, but
I mean, you say you...
He said, I don't think that's what I'm acting like. And then she goes, I mean, girl.
You're not smarter than that, but you are. You're a 34-year-old man. You just chose to do it. You knew damn well in the back of your head that it wasn't going to end up well.
Do you know what, though? In the back of his head, she was still chewing, by the way, during this. I think that he genuinely thought this was going to go well. I think deep down, he's like, I've been getting away with this for 5 years and I'm a multimillionaire. I'm never going to get caught. Right? I think that's what it comes down to.
yeah. But it's complicated.
It's really not. Cheating is just bad. She hasn't done anything to ask for it to be cheated on. It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, but she relied on me to take care of a lot of things.
You're so rich that if you wanted to break it off, but you wanted to still take care of her, you could give her $200,000 a year and it still wouldn't fuck you. That's how much money you have. Why are you acting like you had to stay with her for that? You could have just given her money and literally broke up with her if you really wanted to take care of her that way. I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
And I still cared about her.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you do that because you wanted to, not because you...
Damn, Sykkuno is that rich? Yes. Multi-millionaire. That is not an understatement for this man. He makes so much money. So much money. Yeah. So, dog. Yeah, 5 million YouTube contract type beat. Yeah. He got 5 million off that YouTube contract. With the multi-million views he's had on his YouTube channel, he made quite a few million off just his YouTube channel alone. From the Among Us days? Multi-million from Among Us days. From just ad rev alone. Then merch sales and everything else on top of that. And then even just the Twitch donos and Twitch viewership and dog. Yeah. All of them, Ray, Pokey Toast. Yeah, all of them. All of them are multimillionaires. Which again, I'm not shitting on them for being multimillionaires. Again, they grinded. They worked a lot for it. That's what they got what they earned because they made it big. And I don't think there's a problem with that, right? I'm just saying is he has the money that if he wanted to break up and still support this woman, he could have. That's what I'm saying. Because I think it'd be kind of lame to shame top streamers for their income when everybody wishes they made it big, right? So I knew he had money, but I was so off. Yeah. Like, I make really good money, and I'm not even close to the numbers these people have. Not even a fraction. So what they're making is fucking insane. Right? That's what it comes down to. Like, that's what really put in perspective for me, was that I could pay off my debts and buy a really nice house I'm really excited to live in. Mind you, I still have a mortgage on it. But, like, I'm living, like, a good fucking life. I could pay for my cancer treatment out of pocket. Right? Yes, I had a drug plan and insurance, but a lot of it I had to pay out of pocket for multiple years, and it didn't put me in medical debt. And that alone tells you, like, I'm making really decent money, right? And I'm really thankful for that. So it's, yeah, which means, listen, if you want to send me money, go ahead and send me money, but it's never like, I'm never like dying for it. It's like, it definitely increases my quality of life. And that way I can, you know, have a bigger wedding and, you know, pay for my move and stuff more, right? Which is cool. But, like, again, if I'm making that, what the fuck are these top tier streamers making, man? They're making stupid money.
No, because she was, like, holding it against you or forcing you to.
No.
Exactly. So there's still no excuse for you to cheat on her.
Not saying there was one. Just explaining why it happened.
The only reason why it happened is because she just chose to do it. I don't know why you decided to lie to me, because you know damn fucking well that lying especially
True, Abrax.
is like a big thing I do not tolerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was fine about the Alfie thing.
You can hear her bang the fork because her microphone's on her table. So it's like thud, thud, thud of her stabbing more food so she can keep eating.
Because I was like, okay, he didn't know me before that, right? But then I find out you've had a girlfriend this entire time. Do you realize how fucked up that is? Because not only were you... Because, sure, you didn't lead Alfie on. Alfie acknowledges that you didn't lead her on, right? Because I've talked to Alfie. I'm friends with her. I've been friends with her before I even met you.
Okay.
Like, she acknowledges that you didn't lead her on. You led me on, though. You did lead me on, though.
Yeah.
You gave me all these fancy-ass promises about, oh, we're gonna go on a date when you come visit here. What, so you could cheat on your girlfriend again? So you could sleep with me so you could cheat on your girlfriend again?
That wasn't...
What were you intending?
That was definitely the plan. Don't say that wasn't the plan. Don't say that wasn't the plan, dog. You're already coming to her photos, bro. Don't lie. You're already this deep.
With that.
Well, I thought it was going to,
Put my dick in. I was going to stick it
The
in.
what?
What?
like, I thought that was going to be the end of that.
The end of what?
There's no way he's pulling the mistress card. I was going to break up with my girl and be with you. Is that what he's trying to say? What's he trying to say here?
My previous relationship.
You were gonna...
I don't remember remember that part. I don't remember that part. My sister and I were yapping a lot while listening to this. I did not remember that part. That's crazy. I squawked. That's crazy.
So you could date me or what?
Okay, I'm drinking. Yeah.
Well, like I said, it'd been a long time where like we hadn't spent time together. Hadn't done anything in years.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a dead bedroom fucking sucks. And if that's not compatible with you and you need to have sexual intimacy, you have to leave. Right? If you're not getting what you need out of a relationship, it's okay to leave. You know? That's what fucking is really... Oh, I'm cussing more because I'm drunk. I was like, I was saying fucking for no reason. I was like, wait, huh? Okay, sorry. I'll do a bit of drinking. Anyway, where was I? All right, drinks. Well, I'm almost done this bottle of soju, so I'm gonna crack open my second one when we start the next video. But all right, where was I? Am I okay, girl? I got rice and bulgogi and water, right? So I'm taking really good care of myself while drinking. Don't worry. This is not like empty tummy, just drinks. We're doing real well. All right. Again, I'm pushing 30. We're doing okay. And if I hit my limit, I hit my limit. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a big girl. Unlike Sykkuno, where he acts like a baby. But you know, it's cool. It's cool.
In my head, I thought that was at some point be over.
What? I couldn't hear you.
I said, I thought that meant that was going to be like the end of it.
So you were already moving on before you even broke up with her? Were you intending to break up with her, or were you just waiting for her to break up with you?
Someone in chat goes, leaving a relationship because you're not sexually satisfied does not make you a bad person. 100%. You can break up with someone for literally any reason. And we need to normalize that more. You can just leave a relationship if you lose that loving aspect. That's okay to do. Right? And I think too many times people are like, oh man, I don't really have a reason to break up. I know I'm comfortable and whatever, but I'm not in love with her. Then don't be with her. Right? Get out. Get out. It's okay. It's okay to fall out of love. Just go with somebody else. It's okay. You could have turned off the noise suppression to speak the heck up. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna make such a bad joke. Azu, cut this. Azu, cut this out of the video. He's not gonna cut it out of the video. Azu, cut this out of the video. He's not gonna cut it out of the video. Oh, God. Let me take one more swing before I say it. Hold on. He needs to leave the noise suppression on because he's still beating his dick to her voice. Like he was with all the voice clips. That's why the noise suppression's still on. Otherwise you hear in the background, dog. Fuck, this guy weird as shit, man. He's weird as shit. Dude's weird as fuck. Man. Ozzy slowed down at reverb. Gooner, he's on his Gooner shit. Ah. Oh, I'm nasty. Anyway.
No, I don't know. It's
So-
just a really weird mix of like.
I think he really likes to feel wanted. I think he's addicted to like wanting to be wanted. I think that like he grew up without friends and with not being attractive. And now he's got all this power, influence, and money. And now he can pull anything. And he's just all about that. I'm not saying that's a good reason, but it's probably his reason.
I just want to understand this. So what was your intention with me? Like where was I in this whole thing? Like, were you intending to date me after her? Like, were you intending to just ditch to go date me?
I'm glad they're censoring the girlfriend's name. That's good. Keep her private.
I mean, I guess for me, it felt like it was already.
the relationship has felt over for you for 5 years and you never broke up and she lives with you. Don't say the relationship already felt over to you. You've been staying in it this whole time and she got blindsided.
But that's not what I asked. I'm talking about me.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
You were thinking to just ditch her and then date me. What, were you gonna do the same thing to me? I'm sorry, but like, you're not really selling this whole relationship thing really well. If this is the type of relationship you uphold.
It's fine. I'm not trying to sell it.
I can tell.
You hear the scrapes of the plate. Kills me every time.
Trying to explain what's going on.
100% cheaters always cheat. I think that one-time offenses, there's been so many times where it's genuinely been a one time that I can let it go for some people. But if you're a repeat offender, you're never changing. Right? Repeat offenders are never changing.
Yeah. The thing is, if I never reached out to Bao, because I didn't even reach out to Bao about you, right? I reached out to Bao about because lied behind my back to a bunch of people, and I was not okay with that. And then started lying about Bao. That's when I reached out to Bao. I became friends with her roommate, and then I was talking with a little bit back and forth, and then
someone said cheaters can change if they want to. I would know. Yeah, I think some cheaters can change. It's genuinely if they wanted to. Right? And there's like people I have faith in to be better people. And there's some people I have zero faith in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you've been flying out women to fuck? I have zero faith in you. You know what I mean?
You came up in the topic, and then she told me you had a girlfriend. And that your girlfriend has been venting to Bao this entire time. About how you gaslight her into staying. You make her feel bad anytime that she, like, wanted to leave because you cheated on her. And she knew that you cheated on her. She just didn't know who.
Question. Is Bao also super young? I don't know if her age is public or not, but is she also super young? Something. She's 30. Zero clue. I don't think she's 30. I think she's in her 20s. It's not confirmed. Think she's around your age? Oh, okay. She's getting close to 30. Okay, she's probably around my age. Yeah. About the VTuber? Yeah, I was just wondering. Because I'm just worried that I didn't know if she was young or not. Because I'd feel really bad if she was... Says 29. Oh, so she's like literally my birth year. That's crazy. But yeah, if I think my concern would be if she was someone who was like in her early 20s or something and having to deal with all this internet backlash all the time, I'd feel really worried for her. But I'm glad she's somebody who's a bit older, so still sucks.
Because you never told her that it was Elfie. You just...
I feel like she's like a good outspoken person, and it causes her to get in a lot of shit sometimes because she's just a good outspoken person. Which, like, stand on principle. Good for you.
Told her that you cheated on her in Paris. I think.
I finished that bottle of soju.
But I knew she knew.
Yeah, I did tell him.
Why? Why go through all this trouble?
Because didn't know how to
I mean, for God's sake, if the only thing why you even stayed with her is because she relied on me for a lot of things, you can afford to take care of her for a little bit before she gets back onto her.
That's what I said. He can easily afford to take care of her for the rest of her life. If he wanted to break up and was worried about her, he could have done that.
Like, her feet. Like, at least don't put her through the trouble of, like, telling her, like, oh, like, I'm still gonna be with you, like, telling her that you're still her boyfriend, while actively cheating on her every single day.
I want to know if Mujin and the other girls asked Bao if they can rope her into this. I think Bao being... Like, again, I don't know Bao personally, so I can't speak to the merit of her character on a personal level, but from an outsider looking in, I think that she's being a good person by connecting these women together to discuss their experiences, made her involved. Like, that made her involved by connecting those women together, right? But I still, like, I think that was the right thing to do, though. And it sucks that she'll get backlash from cringe people, but I also really appreciate that she's a good enough person to do that. She also retweeted the documents. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I really hope that she doesn't have to deal with too much bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I should have just said how I felt.
Like, you could have just deadass. If the only thing that you were concerned about is the fact that she relied on you for things, you could have just supported her until she got back onto her feet, so she could support herself.
True. True.
You know?
And it wasn't just that.
Then what else?
Somehow hoping it would go back to how things used to be.
What? What? He stayed with his girl while fucking a bunch of other women and flying them out, hoping things would get back to better with his girl?
I also already told you, cheating is not going to make it go back to how it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to say that when
It's the truth. It's the harsh truth. Nothing is going to go back the same way that it was if you're going to cheat on someone actively.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to change.
You're going to change what?
Hold on. I'm gonna grab another bottle of soju. Hold on. Hold on. Ain't no fucking way. All right. I'm gonna wait till we start next video. Fuck that. That line alone. Crack it open, boys. Hold on. All right. Yep. Yep.
Everything.
What do you mean that's it?
Just gonna change that.
You're going to stay with
You're
her?
right.
Because honestly, I feel like the poor girl's been through enough. I don't think you should have to sit there and keep doing this to her. Because I was in a group chat with her while you were on stream. And this girl's absolutely f***ing distraught because of the shit that you've done to her. The shit that you've put her through. Like, genuinely. Do you know how much that fucks someone up? Like, you already cheated on her once, and she decided to trust you still. She decided to stay with you, despite the fact that you already had cheated on her and admitted to it. And what do? You go onto fucking Twitter and go find the next girl to fucking flirt with. Like, if anything, honest to God, I'm not even mad at this point. I'm just disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
Yep, that's fair.
A part that I want to talk about is coming up in a second.
She's been crying to Bao about it. Bao's been sitting there, like, comforting this girl, trying to tell her, hey, maybe you should leave him. Because this isn't okay. This really isn't okay. You're putting this girl through mental strain.
Which again, from what I hear about Bao, such a girl's girl. Right? We fucking love to see that. Right? I've never once interacted with her. Anything like that. But from an outside perspective, as someone watching this, very good impression of her. Yeah.
Every single day. That you continue to be with her. while you're sitting there having fun playing with your friends. Be so honest right now, Thomas.
She said your whole ass government name. She said Thomas. Ooh. She didn't say Tommy.
So you think, and you might be right.
Yeah. Like, if it is money that she doesn't have,
The train?
or if it's a job, or if it's family, or
I
blah blah
already
blah
gave
blah.
her a lot.
Thomas the tank engine head.
Exactly. Just help her
Driving
back on
through
her feet
women?
until she can support herself, and then just leave the girl alone, because she deserves better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you cannot sit there and be like, I love her, but do all of this shit to her and continue to let her stay in that situation.
Well,
Well, hold on now. I like what Mal's trying to say here. That's not her place. That's up to Sykkuno's ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend, whatever she is right now. That's up to her. Right? That's like, I know Mal's trying to be good here, but that is dependent more on what the other girl wants to deal with his situation.
What?
I think the feelings faded.
The feelings faded? Then why didn't you break up, man?
Well, then you should just let her go.
You should break up over that reason, yeah.
Instead of just sitting her there wasting her time.
Okay, well, anyway.
And also, why'd you get on a call with me?
I'm sorry, I wheezed. Girl, I wheezed. He was trying to end the call. He goes, well, okay. Anyway, he's trying to end the call. And she went, and? She went, and also. She cut his ass off. She said, you ain't going nowhere, bitch. I got more to say. Oh my God.
When right now, she's upset. I know she lives with you.
I already talked to her.
Yeah, you should be there
I told
to.
her I'm going to talk to you first.
You should be there to comfort
You
her.
told your current girlfriend, I'm going to talk to my side hoe first. And then I'll come back and talk to you more. Oh.
She's the one that you cheated on.
No, I'm going to be doing that. I just wanted to settle this first.
Settle this first. Okay, now that's something I wanted to talk about. He took this phone call because he was worried, and this is probably how he silences women, right? He probably calls them so there's no paper trail of text messages, and then tries to resolve it emotionally so that way they don't like put him on blast publicly, right? So he's trying to settle this before he goes back to talk to his girlfriend and be like, hey, don't fucking narc on me because we worked out our feelings, right?
This is not settled. I'm beyond upset with you. Like, genuinely beyond upset with you.
I mean, that's fine. By settled, I mean, like, that's it. Like,
By settled, that means I don't talk to you anymore and I walk away and you never bring this up again so I can get away with this.
What's it?
probably never talking again.
You and me?
Yes.
What? Why?
Is that not why?
What is why? I'm still upset with you, but you didn't cheat on me. You can still talk to me and be like, make up for your actions. Don't get me wrong, because I always am there for second chances. But I never will forgive you for cheating on her. That.
Okay, so this is the part where people started to go against her. And I'm going to talk to you about this, okay? So a lot of you are going to kind of flip your opinion about her because of that sentence, right? And I think that's a valid feeling to have, but I'm going to explain the mentality behind it, okay? Because, again, it's not scripted. She jumped into a call. She's emotional. She thought that she was going to move in with this guy, have a life together, get a cat, and go on cute aquarium dates. And she's been talking to him and sexting him every single day. Right? A part of her is gonna miss that relationship. That's human, right? Think about it. She's also like 20. Yeah, even excluding how young she is that those feelings to process how you feel takes time. And a part of her is gonna miss him. A part of her misses him probably right now, to be honest. I don't know, but it might. Because they had a connection. And he did manipulate her. So, like, that's why I have a lot of empathy towards what she said here. Because she probably will change her mind if she hasn't already. Right? Because again, she got manipulated. She felt this deep connection towards this guy who she thought she was going to fucking move in with. And a part of her is like, oh, I still want to keep that going. Like, yeah, you cheated on her, but I know a part of me still wants this, right? And it's messed up. But again, when you're that deep in mentally, it takes time to like process externally. And maybe she changed her mind now. But during this time, she was still probably mixed up in a lot of different feelings, from anger to like betrayal to guilt to missing him. There's a lot of things you're dealing with, and they kind of all come out. So that's the reason why I don't fault her for saying this, though it was a bad thing to say, right? We can agree on that. That line, kind of bad. But I think the place it comes from is so valid when it comes to feelings. I fault her for some of the things she says later on in Twitter. Well, I don't know about those parts in particular, right? I'm speaking on just what we've seen in this call and in this document and in this video, right? Though, to be transparent, I did reach out to her on Twitter because I wanted to check in on her. Not so much for the Sykkuno aspect. I wanted to check in on her for about the Twitter hate mob. Because I was like, hey, people are probably going crazy on you. Just checking in if you're okay. Right? I don't really know you personally, but shit like that always fucking sucks, right? People go fucking rabid, especially Sykkuno's fan base is really, 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 really strong and rabid. So it's like, I checked in for that reason, not so much about, like, the other stuff. But, yeah. I don't know. At the end of the day, she's a person. And at the end of the day, Sykkuno's also a person, too. Like, I might joke and shit on Sykkuno, but he's also a person, too. And he really shouldn't get harassed in the way of, like, threats and all that nonsense people do, right? Calling him out for fucked up behavior, sure. But, like, threatening people is always fucking stupid. So I always try to check in on people who are going through that kind of stuff to make sure they aren't taking it too hard, you know? Because people online are fucking ridiculous. Right? So that's kind of where I stand on that. Again, if you have a differing opinion about her based on that sentence, that's still your opinion you're allowed to have, even if it differs from my own, as we are both different individuals who can have differing opinions. I'm not going to be like, how dare you? But I think it's also important to also have an open mind towards that people can change their mind about emotions. They can say one thing and then even a day later, like, change their mind and be like, you know what? Actually, I don't want anything to do with him. I said that in the moment of weakness where I wanted to still keep that connection. I don't know, right? And that can happen too. He needs to talk to a therapist, though. I think everybody should. Me personally, I'm a big advocate for everyone going to seek therapy in general to work out their stuff. But yeah. My biggest problem with her, and by extension Mujin, stems from the predator angle they tried to push. I don't think it's wrong, though. I think the problem is on the internet, when we deal with predators, they're usually like PDF files, like the Roblox shit. But he did prey upon her because he has a pattern of going after women who are between the ages of 18 to 20 who have, like, low viewership, low influence, lies to them and love bombs them, saying, I'm going to fly you out, we're going to go on cute dates, and fucks them. That is predatory by definition. To seek someone out in a behavior that is not like that is not in relation to how he perceives life, right? He's not doing it based off of his own. He's lying. He's lying by doing that, by saying that he's single and stuff too, right? But it's not the same level of predator as the extreme examples like sexual predators, right? And that's the thing, is that like people are like associate the word predator with like PDF files, right? But it's like, this isn't a PDF file situation. This is someone literally preying on someone. And it's like a different thing, right? Because he still manipulated them into thinking they had relationships so he could have sex with them, right? So it's kind of like, it's still there. It's just, that's not explained well enough, I don't think, in this video. I think in this video, Mujin, love him, I think he assumed people already understood that difference, right? But to assume the internet understands something is incorrect. You have to explain it further. Because again, everyone thinks in very extremes on the internet, right? So that's why. That's where I stand on that. I'm gonna take another drink to that. Woo!
That's that. There are a lot of girls that are upset with you, by the way, because Alfie's not the only one that has hit me up.
Yeah, that sounds like you've heard things.
Yeah, and you lied to me a lot about that too. A lot. How big was the roster again?
His Twitter response? Whose Twitter response? Mujin or Sykkuno? Who had a Twitter response? Mujin! Oh shit, I'll pull that up. I didn't even see that.
I don't think I ever had one of those.
Dang, I posted a picture of my 14-year-old diabetic cat on Twitter. So I haven't seen any updates. I've been posting my old as shit cat Finnegan. My bad. I'll take a look after.
I mean, maybe not at the same time, but you sure do hop around.
Suppose so.
Yeah. All I care about right now is that he's okay. Keep me updated on that.
I'm gonna fast forward this a little
I think
bit.
that's a possibility.
You can keep me updated on how she's doing. You can keep me updated on when she moves out, because I don't think she should be living with you anymore.
Again, Mal, you're not really entitled to know those aspects, but like, fair enough. You're mad. You want to feel in control of the situation. I think this call should end
I
soon.
don't think you need to do that.
I mean, yeah, I care about her. Like,
Yeah, she can do that.
True. I'll just reach out to her then. But
Yeah, there we go. Sykkuno's right to say that, though. Is like, hey, if I don't need to reach out to you about that, if she wants to reach out to you about that, that's fine. But I shouldn't have to update you. And it's, yeah. And Mal agreed. Yep.
yeah, no, just like, you go talk to her. She needs you right now.
Yeah, okay. Oh, bye.
Bye, Thomas.
Shortly after the call, the last thing Mal would ever say to Sykkuno would be, "I'm beyond disappointed in you." So look, according to Mal, there are countless other victims. It is completely up to them on whether they want to come out with their side of the story or not. For now, though, we can confirm at least 2 different people that were completely misled by him as he cheated on
My
his
throat just
girlfriend
gurgled.
so comfortably.
My bad.
In
I'm
those 2
drinking.
instances, we can see him also using the same playbook, the same tactics, sending them money, making them feel special, following their personal Instagram, wanting to meet ASAP, to hook up, everything. And I think one thing that personally struck me was how only 30 minutes nights after his girlfriend found out about his cheating and probably confronted him, he chose to run upstairs and prioritize Mal, someone he met 2 months ago, all while his girlfriend was crying downstairs.
Oh, I feel so bad.
There's a reason people say with great power comes great responsibility, because once you have this power that Sykkuno possessed, you can so easily take advantage of others. So as a content creator, you have a very clear choice, and unfortunately, Sykkuno decided to be the worst person possible. I wish all the victims in this travesty the absolute best, and I also encourage them to speak out. When it rains, it pours. And right now, the first drop has hit the ground. Sykkuno and anyone else who seeks to take advantage of their position need to be held accountable. And for anyone who grew up watching him during quarantine who looked up to him, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, ruining whatever ideal image you had of him in your head. In any case, if more victims decide to speak out, then I will most likely stream me reading all of them on my channel later on. For the time being, though, please,
as per usual, Mujin's video will be linked in the description down below.
Even if you don't make content, please always be extremely skeptical and know that they probably don't see you as the most special person in the world. They've probably done this to many others already. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I really, really appreciate it. If you want a healthy alternative to an energy drink, then definitely use the code Mujin at GamerSubs for 10% off. And if you want exclusive content like high quality art and exclusive yapping videos, then definitely check out stacked.com. It's like Patreon, but better. I love you so much. Platonically. Come on, platonically. I'm not going to be like Sykkuno. And I'll see you in the next video whenever that is. Mwah.
Thomas the Predator engine and Sykkuno just followed you. Okay, buddy. All right, I'm gonna pull up this Mujin tweet. That you guys are talking about. That's diabolical, dude. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, Mujin. All right, let's see. Oh, that's a little zoomed in. All right. Where are we going? I'm guessing the most... Is it this one? Oh, hold on. Oh! I was like, who the fuck do I have muted on Twitter? Oh, it's Powder. I was wondering, I was like, who the fuck do I have muted? I was like, uh-oh, am I gonna get into drama for this? Oh, no, it's the fucking racist. Never mind, I'm cool. All right. No, we're good. Oh no, it's the one who says she's into Nazis. Oh no. How dare I have her muted? Like, okay, no, we're good. All right. I was like, oh shit, hold on. I mute so many people on Twitter. I mute almost most of the VTuber community, so I never know about the drama going on half the time because I really don't care enough. You know? So I'm always worried about who I muted in case I get into some drama. I was like, nah, I just mute everybody. I don't see cat videos and rat videos. See a lot of rat videos. Anyways, Mujin said, oh no, do I have to read a Powder tweet? I'd rather kill myself than read her tweet by her, man. I'm not gonna read it. In Minecraft. Not in Minecraft, in real life, fuck it. Anyways, Mujin said, can you criticize him for cheating? Absolutely. But I had no viewers whatsoever and became desperate after trying everything to be relevant. So I chose to appeal to people who hate my gender in order to pay rent. Oh, he's trying to... I'm sorry. I've been drinking. Oh, he's mocking Powder. Oh my god. Oh my god. Powder baited Mujin. You know what, man? I fucking hate this bitch. I should read... Dude, it's like you want me to die. Fuck. From an account I muted. Oh, it's also her. Okay. Oh god, what voice should I give her? Can you criticize him for cheating? Absolutely. But never once did I feel manipulated by this dude. He's a huge flirt. But I, incredibly aware of the power dynamic, and also he's just friendly. He's also quite forward with his riz, which I didn't like being around. Gave me player vibes. Also, am I going to flip out on him? No. Usually when someone's like that, they're already talking to multiple people. I see some women trying to play victim as if they didn't have a brain in the situation. Also saw people throwing the word predator around. I think that's unreasonable. Mujin never really was a reliable narrator. In a larger creator who is friendly asked to play games with you, would you say no? I don't know, shut the fuck up. I don't know why you exist. Like, oh no. She's on her pick me shit again. Oh no. Wow. Oh my god, a plot twist. Oh my god. Wow. She's always so calm and rational. I'm so surprised. Girl hit the, he wasn't a predator towards me, thus he must not be one at all. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. It's not about you. Oh my gosh. God. Rage bait, dude. Everything she does is rage bait. Dude, her model designer hates her so much, she says, don't use my fucking model. So Powder had to switch models because she's such a hateful bitch. Who's just like, that's just what it is, you know? It is what it is, man. Like, ugh. Disgusting. But you know what? It's like the grifters really be eaten. It's like, yo, if I just hate women and like be super racist, let me speak about DEI real quick. Like, right? That's how they fucking get money, man. So. There are like 3 grift tubers under this tweet. Yeah, man. I mean, all of them hate their lives, so I don't think there's much to really go. I mean, a lot of these like people were normal gaming VTubers who changed their entire ideology to gain a following, right? So it's like there's no way they wake up and like themselves because they had to change who they are to be liked. I was like, dog. All right, fair enough, I guess. Anyways, let's read what Mujin said. Can criticize him for cheating, absolutely, but I had no viewers whatsoever and became desperate after trying everything to be relevant. So I chose to appeal to people who hate my gender in order to pay rent, which is Powder. Yes. Anyways, the next part is, am I going to flip on a serial cheater who had sex with women without telling them and they'd be homewreckers? Of course not. Morals are an obstacle to my income, which is true, right? He's not wrong in anything he says. Mujin was never really a reliable narrator, so when his video eventually comes out about me being canceled by my audience for secretly having dated a black guy, even though I keep saying that I can't stand minorities, please don't trust him. Oh yeah, she says that, by the way, just so you're aware. I wasn't joking when she's a racist, right? Like, this is what she does. Like, anyways. Next part. Also, English is my first language. I have no idea that predator can mean a person or organization that uses weaker people for their own advantage. But it's okay. My audience gobbles up anything I say anyway. Dumbass simps. Lol. My goat! My goat! Oops, my hand slipped. I retweeted it. My hand slipped. My goat! Y'all were saying he crashed out. No, man. He just spat truth. I'm sorry. My man just spat. Oh, I'm sorry. He was super accurate. Like, oops, he slipped and did a perfect. Like, yep. Now he was cooking. Yeah. What truth though? The fact she's a fucking grifter who changed her entire platform into hating on women and also being racist in order to get money and become relevant because she didn't have a good viewership. So in order to make money, she had to like shit on people and become a massive fucking bigot. That's what he brought up. That's the point he made. Oh, how this topic switched. Do people actually watch her? I don't think they do. I think she's popular on Twitter, but no one actually watches her. I think that's what it kind of is. Was she different before? Yeah, she used to just play video games before, but she wasn't doing well. Yeah, she changed in order to do this. So, you know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. You should reply to Mujin's tweet. Oh, people are saying, what the fuck is wrong with you? No! People are going against him? No, I'm gonna DM him. I'm not even gonna comment on this. I'm gonna actually personally DM him and see if he's okay. That's so fucked up. Why are people going against him and being like, yo, that's not it, bro. Don't do that. How are we gonna fucking backbone and stand up against goddamn racist, dude? Weird asses. Weird asses. I don't know, dog. Anyways, I stand Mujin until he fucks up. I stand up for now. I want to check in on him though, because that's super fucking lame of people. I don't know. That just pisses me off for him. Anyways, we love you, Mujin. Mwah, little forehead smooch for you. Looks like how you do the end of your videos, but you know, platonically and super not parasocially. Wait, what did Demi say? Oh, sure. I don't really know Demi, but I know their model's super cool. Oh my god, Mujin, take a step back. What she said wasn't even unreasonable or a personal attack. What? What? What are you smoking? It was she called him unreliable. And his whole job is to narrate stories. What are you talking about? What? And it was an unreasonable take because he's saying, since I wasn't preyed upon, that means these other girls shouldn't be preyed upon. What? What? It's fair AF, in my opinion, to criticize the usage of dangerous predator in the post. You should know better as well. You know what it's trying to imply. What? What? No, he's just being accurate. What? I don't know Demi personally enough to say anything about her, though. I don't know. I genuinely don't know anything about Demi besides the fact her model's really cool. So I will not have an opinion besides the fact that I don't agree with that comment. As a person, I just don't know. But with that comment, I don't agree. Right? I think that's fair. Like, Powder, I hate as a person. Right? But Demi, I just don't know. But I don't like that comment. I think that's fair to say. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I see like a lot of people are like Demi fans are saying she's not really tapped to the internet like that. Yeah. But it feels weird to tell people to tell him to stop and take a step back if you don't know what's even going on. I feel like that's a bad excuse, chat. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like saying, no, she doesn't know better is a bad excuse because that's what she's saying to him. She's saying that exact same thing to him. So that would make her a hypocrite, right? So that's just weird. Right? So that's kind of where I stand on that. She's literally a brick. Again, I don't want to judge her intellect or not. I don't think that's fair of me. Because again, right? Like that's, I don't know. A lot of you guys watch her and stuff. Look at her replies in the comments. Okay. I don't like the idea of you guys either jumping on her or defending her when I just don't know what her normal stances are, right? And yeah, I think it's super unfair to criticize her when I don't know anything about her besides she has a really great model, right? And I think that's important. Because again, she's not like someone like Powder. To me, at least, right? Because I just don't know her. Who the fuck is this? That's kind of where I am. I don't see her replying to anybody. I just see people agreeing, saying Mujin's right for the crash out. Oh, and people calling Powder a fuck-ass neo-Nazi. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting. Some people agree with Demi as well in the comments there. Yeah. Again, I think that though I don't agree with Demi at all there, I don't think that inherently makes them like a bad person. I think Powder's a bad person, though. I want to make sure the distinction's there. I don't want to suddenly group Demi in with Powder because I feel like that'd be fucked up to do when I don't know anything about her. Demi isn't a bad person at all? Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not saying... that's what I'm trying to say is I don't know her. So there's no way I could say she's a good or bad person because I don't know her, right? Besides, she's a bomb-ass model, right? So it's like I can't really make an opinion, but I want to make sure that I separate my opinion about... like, I separate my opinion about Powder from Demi because I don't know Demi. Yeah. Demi's about bad takes. What's all? Yeah. I mean, I've even had bad takes before. Fair enough. Wait, you guys said that she already saw the Mujin video. Wait, so she has complete context. Wait, hold on. You guys are counterpointing. You guys are making an opposite of your argument. You said she doesn't know anything, but you said she watched the video. Now I'm confused. Yeah, she watched it. She quote tweeted about the situation on her profile. Okay. Yeah, we'll go in. Again, her model's so fucking cool. This is April. What day are we on? 13th? Where's this quote retweet you guys are talking about? Sykkuno has only been absolutely lovely to me, so this news is devastating. I think some people assume predator equals pedophile, so they dismiss his actions as a nothing burger because they're comparing it to something worse. Typical illiterates. Yeah. Okay, so she has the same opinion. Personally, I think if they just used the word womanizer, it would have had such a bad backlash. Okay, W take. I can agree with this. This is a very big redeeming factor. This is an okay tweet. I agree with this one, right? I don't agree with changing our wording to satisfy idiots because we're satisfying to the people who are illiterate, right? So I don't agree with that, but I do agree with this tweet. And I think this is actually a good one, so I'm going to like it. But yes, I think that's a fair take. I'm glad you guys pointed out to check this one out because that definitely helps me change my opinion about the previous one. I think I don't agree with the previous one. I very much agree with this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Don't change wording. Explain what you mean by it and how it's valid. That's exactly my issue with the Mujin video, was I feel like he should have defined the word predator more clearly. I think that's the only difference I would have made to that video. Yeah, a lot of these people are like anti... A lot of people are talking about how it's not grooming. No one said it was grooming per se, but even then there's a power imbalance. I don't know. Some of these comments are fucking gross, man. I don't know. So this is the reason why I didn't see the Mujin tweet. Because I posted my 14-year-old diabetic cat Finnegan. So I did not see any of the Twitter nonsense. Because I was posting my cat. My bad. At the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it shrimple, baby. Watch whoever you want to watch. Support whoever you want to watch, okay? All I know is as long as you watch me at the end of the day, that's all I give a fuck about, baby. What's up? That's all I give a fuck about, baby. What's up? Anyways, near the end of the video, I'm not making sense anyways because I've been drinking this entire time. So if I'm saying weird shit, my bad. All right. Everything I said prior to maybe the past 30 minutes, probably more coherent. We'll catch y'all later. Thanks for love and support always. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out Mujin's original video in the link down below. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, this is such a long fucking video. Oh my god, dude. You could eat 2 meals during this goddamn video. You're so blessed today. Oh, YouTube, you're so blessed today. All right, bye.